followers are already coming through. It's Tuesday night. Feel the excitement in the air. Come on down.
Woo! Man.
Yes. Amen. What's up?
What's up, buddy?
Little this, little that.
Been a busy couple of days, as always. Very stressed out. Checked the websites over the last hour or so. Just, it's not a good day, man. Just hasn't been a good couple of days.
Oh, you turned it off, huh?
Hasn't been a good couple of days. I don't know. It must have shut off or something, dude. To be honest with you, I was gonna cancel the show earlier today, man, because yesterday, I've been just crazy stressed out. There comes a point, man, and I hear it all the time on Facebook where people say, take a day off, take a couple of days off, get some sleep. There comes a time where people get burnt out.
It happens.
And I think I may be to that point where...
Believe it or not, sitting at home on your ass, working whenever you want, gets tiring after a while.
It does, man. It's just non-stop. You know how it is, man.
I'm just lazy. I can admit it.
Non-stop.
You're not
every
lazy.
Single day. Where you go to bed at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You're up at 7 o'clock. At least I am. You just get to the point where I know you get to sleep in until 1, 2 in the afternoon, dude.
Sometimes,
you know what I mean?
not always.
Jesus. But there comes a point, and I'm just such a I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but I don't want somebody to do... I don't want you to fill in for me.
I've offered a million times. I said, I'll do all your work. Go fucking chill out for a little bit.
Things have to be done the way I want them, as in title posts and what's inside the body and everything else. Things need to be done the way that I need them to be done, or I want them to be done. So I don't like it when other people fill in, and I don't know.
But you learned a lot of that style from me. I mean, I know how to do it the way
I know you know how to do it, but it just, I don't know. A vacation would be very nice, man. A vacation would be very, very nice right about now, but anyway.
Why?
I guess.
Let's do a show.
Let's do a fucking show, dude.
People are here.
So, our Wi-Fi is very hit or miss tonight. Sometimes it works, other times it does not work. Like right now, it seems to be working. Let's see if we can get in the chat room. We don't have anything, man. We didn't get news up. We didn't get where SmackDown's being taped. We didn't get the
Ontario.
California. You're right. So we don't have anything. We're just gonna come on here and shoot the shit. Obviously, we're gonna run down Monday Night Raw from last night. Wasn't that good of a show?
I disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree.
Thought Raw was good last night?
Thought Raw was good last night.
You serious?
I'm serious.
Wow. All right. Well, we'll talk about that, and then we'll get into. Listen,
not great.
People don't realize they've been trying to get Betty White. For those unaware, WWE's been trying to get Betty White to come and appear on Raw for years now.
Yeah.
For several years, they've been trying to get Betty White. And they got her, and that's what they did with her last night? Well, that's what they did with her?
What can they do with her, really? She's not
a lot more than that.
And then the show sucks because of it, You gotta pick and choose your spots.
The crowd's chanting Betty White when she first came out. They're in Hollywood. Betty White is a Hollywood icon. If there was one place, like if you were in Omaha, Nebraska, then yeah, don't use her that much. You know what I mean? Pick your spots. They're in Hollywood last night. She's a Hollywood icon.
It's not like Hollywood was there. It was a bunch of fucking jerk-offs like me and you that happen to live in Los Angeles.
It's the fact that WWE's wanted her for years.
That was the first time they seen her in the night. If she would have cut a 10-minute promo, they would have been sitting on their hands 3 minutes in and fucking yawning and booing. And
probably.
So they kept it quick, got her the hell out of there, did a backstage.
All right, but do a backstage segment where. And I get it, man. I get the reason they did the New Age Outlaws. They tried to pull a prank on her, and they spiked her tea, right, or something like that. Betty White's got a new television show coming out, and
they did the Visine in the tea, which is
Is that,
you get ungodly sick.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyways, Betty White's got a new television program coming out shortly where she goes and pranks people. So the idea here was Betty White's new TV show. She's going to prank people.
I didn't even know that.
Let's do a prank with Betty
I was
White.
wondering what the point of it was. Like, I figured, well, the New Age Outlaws are like immature-ish.
No.
That was their gimmick. They're immature.
Well, that's why they used them.
So those are the guys picked. But I was like, why a tea prank? What is the significance?
She's got a new prank show that's about to
know.
debut or something like that. And not only that, but Betty White, if you've ever seen her on any of the talk shows, you know me, I've got NBC and ABC on all day. But if you see Betty White, she's open to doing anything. Basically,
case in point, she did one of them comedy roasts. I forget whose it was, but you know the roast they do on Comedy Central? She got up there. Might have been the best roaster of the night.
Right?
She was fucking hardcore
awesome.
with it.
She is hardcore.
They wrote the shit for her, but she delivered it great. Like, it was awesome. And she's so fucking old, you know, that
she's
it's
92 or something like that.
It's unexpected to see an old chick be that vulgar, and it's cool.
Dude, it was, she's open to anything, which is why I'm thinking, alright, Betty White on Raw, they've wanted her for years now, and they've never been able to get her, and then they get her, and that's what they did with her, and I'm thinking, you gotta be kidding me, man, you got to be kidding. But anyway, we'll talk about Monday Night Raw from last night, WWE SmackDown, like you said, being taped tonight in Ontario,
California. You always think of Canada.
No, it's Canada.
It's California.
It's not Canada.
I promise you it's California. I always think of Canada.
There is no Ontario, Canada.
No, Ontario, Canada? Yeah, there is. It's a province in Canada.
Somebody tweeted a WWE...
Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Yes.
There's an Ontario, California, which is where they're at tonight.
I am going to...
I'll bet you $100 right now.
I don't want to bet $100, but I'll bet $5 that they are not in Ontario.
$5 million.
Somebody in the chat room, can you please check this? They are in Ontario, Canada tonight. There is no such thing as Ontario,
Can we make the bet real quick so I can get some free money?
$5.
Deal.
Yes.
All right.
$5. We're going to wait for the chat room because we're not going to move on until I find out there is no... Well, if there's an Ontario, Canada, or Ontario, California, like you're saying, they've never ran an Ontario, California before. There's Ontario, California can't be that big of a city. I've never heard of it. There's San Francisco, there's San Jose.
I don't know what you want me to tell you, bro.
There's no Ontario, California. No What?
You owe me $5.
Wait a minute.
Let's do the show.
Ontario is a province. That's what they're saying. Is there an Ontario?
Canada.
There's an Ontario, California, is what you're telling me. And that's where WWE is tonight. I have never heard of Ontario, California. Ontario, Canada? Yeah, I've heard of it. Has anybody else in the chat room?
They're all talking about it right now.
Be honest in the chat room. Has anybody ever heard of Ontario, California? Or has WWE ever ran an event in Ontario, California? Fuck no. Fuck no.
I don't know.
So I owe you $5.
I don't have bookkeeping of all the cities they've been to.
WWE's never ran an event in Ontario,
sure
California.
In
Canada all the time, no doubt.
Yes.
But in Ontario, California, no.
Anyways.
This is their first event. I lost the bet. But in the chat room,
say the thing that you don't like saying.
I lost.
No, who was right? Who was wrong?
You were right. I was wrong.
Thank
There's an Ontario, California. But I guarantee you, this is the first time WWE's ran a televised event.
I'll go double for nothing on that, and I don't even know if they've run before. I just assume they
Double
have.
or nothing?
Yeah.
All right, WWE's never ran
house
television taping. Let's not go house shows.
No, I'm not saying they've done TV. How the fuck
Let me
would
get
I
my
know?
$5 back.
No. You were so sure. You were wrong, and you owe me money. Let's do a show.
I don't know. Whatever. Fuck it. I lost. Got
Big
that
time.
Keystone Light? I don't like it.
Remember the bitter
I don't
beer
like
face
it,
commercials they used to do?
Tastes like water. Huh?
They used to do the bitter beer face commercials with the Keystone Light.
Did they?
Yeah. Because it's supposed to taste good.
That's yuck. I don't like it.
It's alright.
Anyways,
Hey, sister hooked me up too. She got me my favorite snack.
Oh, God.
I didn't even ask for it. She
It's
just
so
said here.
nasty, man.
You don't like beef jerky?
No, I don't like beef jerky.
Oh, man.
I like Slim Jims, but I don't like beef jerky, man.
I like both of them. I like
maybe
hot
it's the kind
sausages.
maybe it's the kind that you get. It's sweet or something.
No, I get peppered. Usually.
Pepper?
That's original, but it's good. I like
Give
any
me a
of them.
piece real quick. Let me get a piece. I don't think I like it.
Take a piece of beef jerky. It's delicious. You know where they make it? Ontario,
flavor?
California.
Oh,
That's where they come from,
They
yeah.
do not. 22 grams of protein. Original?
Original flavor.
Oh.
Yeah. Kind of a chewy snack.
Yeah, how do you chew it?
If you chew it.
That's better than
Good.
the last kind.
Yeah.
Not bad. Stall for me.
I don't know what to say here. Go to the chat room, WZROnline.com.
motherfucking.com.
/chat. Get on over there. Plenty of people, good folk, and yeah.
You got to do it twice.
God damn, how much are you gonna eat over there?
What do you do? Just swallow the beef jerky whole?
Right, you savor it a little bit, but not when you're doing a show usually.
So get to our live chat room. That's how it's done. Get to our live chat room. WZROnline.com. WZROnline.com/chat.
Correct.
Get in there. Lots and lots of people in there tonight, as always. We're going to run down Monday Night Raw from last night. Promised you guys last Tuesday night. We had some production issues with the stream where we cut out about 20 minutes before
That's
we're
right.
supposed to go off the air. We kept things going and put the archive up for all you guys that missed it. We opted not to do rapid fire last week, so we promised them this week that we were going to give them a little extra rapid fire time with WWE SmackDown being taped in Ontario, California tonight. It's going to be a 3-hour delay, which means SmackDown and main event spoilers are not going to be posted online. We're talking about 2 a.m. 2, 1, 12, 11. Yeah, probably about 1:30 to 2 a.m. tonight with WWE taping SmackDown in California. So,
haven't you learned yet?
Going to be a late
that when
night.
I'm confident about something, that I know what I'm talking about, and you shouldn't bet against me. Haven't you learned yet that if I'm iffy on something, you might be able to get one over. But if I'm that sure,
I've never heard of.
Have I ever been that wrong when I'm that sure of something?
I was positive. I was almost positive, man. I was almost positive that we were in Ontario, Canada.
You'll learn one day. You'll learn.
I've never heard of Ontario, California. It's going to bug me, too.
Yeah, don't you have to write it? I've written 100 posts where I've had to put...
Oh, I say WWE
No, not the taping post. There was a couple of posts about how they sold out a SmackDown taping, which is rare.
Yeah, in Ontario. They sold out
California.
in Los Angeles and on Ontario.
Yeah.
I didn't put California at the
You
end
didn't
of
put
it.
California?
No.
Well, California.
Anyways, it's going to bug me.
Get over it.
But I'm over it.
All
right. So get to our live chat room. Like I said, Monday Night Raw from last night. Rapid fire. We're going to spend a little extra time for you guys this tonight. And, we don't have to go off the air right at 10 o'clock Eastern Time as SmackDown's on the West. It's going to be a late night if you guys are staying up for the SmackDown tapings. News and rumors over the past week hasn't been... Shirley Temple passed away.
Did she?
Last night.
The little girl?
Yep.
Yeah. The braids.
Another TV icon. Speaking of TV icons,
there was a good bit in there. Like that, they announced a bunch of shit for that February 24th Raw. Some big stuff.
Big stuff.
Yeah,
you know what they're doing? They're bringing everybody back for that
before.
Raw. I mean,
we didn't know exactly who, but we knew they're going to put all their guns out in the front. They're going to go best foot forward.
Plus the night the network launches, right?
Yeah. Well, technically it launches. The first show is WrestleMania. Right?
No, I'm talking the night the network launches is that post-Raw, post-Elimination Chamber Raw.
The free trial start. Oh, no, yeah. By then, that's the free... No. That's the free trial.
The night after Elimination Chamber, I believe the network launches.
That's the free trial. The week free trial starts that week.
Okay, all right.
And I don't even believe it's...
No, it's the launch, and you get a free trial for the first week, and then after that...
Well, what happens is that night, you can sign up, but they don't launch it until the next day, the next morning. I'm pretty sure.
No, the network.
Pretty sure.
The network launches. They've been plugging this over and over.
That's the launch. They're calling it the launch, but that's when sign-ups are. You can sign up at that point.
Oh, and then it
launches the next day.
The next day. Okay. Yeah, no doubt. Well, that makes more sense because you get all the sign-ups. You don't want to do the sign-ups and the live streaming all in one night unless you've got it on different servers.
From a technical point of view.
Do the sign-ups. And then,
I think from a customer satisfaction point of view, it's kind of shitty that everybody's going to fucking rush over, sign up, and then they can't do anything until the next... They got to go to sleep.
Sure that's true?
That's what I heard.
Yeah? All right, no doubt. Take your word on it. What about $5?
No, because I'm not positive. Not positive. I'm pretty sure, though.
All right, so anyway, but we're going to order the WWE Network.
Yes.
Do you think that if we get one login, we can share?
From what I've heard,
so many people are going to be out doing that.
From what I've heard, like Netflix, they've come up with a system in Netflix where you can share it with 2 or 3 people, but if you want to share it with more, you have to pay extra money. It used to be back in the day, one person would sign up for Netflix and just share it with everybody they know.
It may be IP based, where if you order the network, all the computers in your home would get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're all on the same IP. But if you want to share from house to house, I don't know. I'm sure they've got that locked down because that's gonna cost them a ton of money if they do that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, like I got a Netflix password, and I'm not signed up.
Yeah,
I used to be, and I would share mine when I had mine too.
But it works. Their network works. Yeah. All right, no doubt. All right. So
I want to get that UFC Fight Pass too. We gotta get that.
How much is that? $10?
Yeah.
$10 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. They don't have the 6-month thing either. Like WWE, you just get 1 month and steal everything and then quit.
There you go. All right. So real quick.
Yeah.
Thursday. You know what's coming Thursday?
What's Thursday?
You know what's coming Thursday?
I know Friday's Valentine's Day. What's Thursday?
You know what's coming on Thursday? A big East Coast snowstorm, baby!
I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Thursday, man. I've been tracking this one. This one is a very, very difficult call, right? Coming up on Thursday. Go ahead, eat your beef jerky, because I'm going to rant here for a second.
Need something to read so I can zone you out.
So coming up here on Thursday, it's a very complicated system. New York City, Philadelphia, areas down around there. Possibility if it trends a little bit further to the west, you guys are going to get a mix of ice and sleet and freezing rain and everything else. Up here, we may get some heavy snow. I mean, they're talking a foot plus up here in Albany, brother. Wow. Very sharp cutoff line. Not only that, but after this storm, I'll keep it short this week. After this storm, next Monday and Tuesday, there's another potential for another snowstorm. So we may come on the air here next Tuesday night or Monday or Tuesday, and there'll be a snowstorm in progress. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
We went sledding the other day.
We were sweating?
Sledding.
Oh, sledding. Yeah, we did go sleigh riding.
We went out there and went sledding.
Yeah, we did.
And we even started doing a fake pro wrestling match. I took the sled, I started hitting them with it like chair shots.
I don't like it. I can only stay out there. I guess I'm an old man now, man. I can only stay out there for 10 minutes. It's cold. It's freezing.
Well, I have a situation where I'm kind of a daredevil. At least with that shit. I'll fucking just jump on a big mountain, just go down face first. But then all the snow gets in your face and all over your throat.
Yeah.
And you can't wipe it off because your gloves are wet, so you're wiping your face.
It's cold,
that's
man.
Even colder. And
it's cold. But
it was fun.
It was fun.
We had the little kids with us and we were running around.
Well, they begged us all day to go out there and ride the sleds, so we went out there, but it was a good time. So anyway, watch out if you're in the Northeast. I'm telling you, if you're in the Northeast on Thursday, this is a big storm, possibly the biggest storm of the year. So pay attention to all your alerts and everything else. It's going to be a big one, man, I'm telling you. Anyways, here we go. By the way, another reason I've just been very, very stressed out. I told you last week, WZROnline.com, we've been having some issues on the website. I've been able to control it as of right now. Contacted, you saw the emails back and forth between them and I, and
Gemini?
it's just them and I. We're going to do a service switch, I believe, on Saturday, as it's our lowest traffic day. So if the website goes down on either Friday or Saturday, only be for a couple of hours until your DNS updates. But we're going to fix everything. The site is going to load. The site is going to load 10 times faster. You're not going to have any pop-ups or anything that you've been seeing. It's going to be pretty much a completely different website as far as running is concerned.
Good as new.
Design and everything else will be, will be the same for now. But so Friday or Saturday, we're gonna do the service switch. WZROnline.com, the official website of WZR TV. Tuesdays, we are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube as well. Go to Facebook.com/WZR Army, YouTube.com/WZR Archive, and Twitter as well. WZROnline.com, top navigation bar, social media tab, drop down menu. Got all the links to Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at WZROnline.com, the official website of WZR TV. Tuesdays. You like that?
I'm trying to see what you were looking at over there.
I'm just
You
looking
were
around.
reading it. WZROnline.com. This too. I was wondering what the fuck was going on.
So anyway, it's going to be all fixed up. No pop-ups, nothing like that. And we'll be good to go, man. We're going to redo all the advertisements and everything else. So come Friday and Saturday, it's going to be, it might be a little after that.
John Cena's here.
John Cena's in the house.
You're over there.
John Cena. You can't see him. You can't see him.
There's gotta be some kind of sound effect that goes with that.
We got a scene one. Want him to dance to it? Alright, WZROnline.com. WZROnline.com/chat, WZROnline.com/chat. Get in there, lots and lots of people in there tonight. Alright, so Monday Night Raw from last night, man. Mm-hmm. You thought it was a good show.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Like, I loved the Wyatt Shield showdown. I thought that was very well done. Mm-hmm. I thought it was fucking exciting. I thought it was cool. The only thing I don't like is that they're wasting that match on the Chamber. I think that should be a WrestleMania match. It felt big. When
the Shield Wyatts?
Yeah.
Yeah, no
we
doubt.
Did that showdown, and the Wyatt come out, and the Shield says, fuck it. Like, they did it in fragments. Like, the Shield's leaving. All right, they're leaving through the crowd. All of a sudden, bah! The Wyatt family comes out. You like that? Bah! That's how they do that cut in.
Right.
So they come down. We're here, they come down. They stop. The Shield looks at them. All right, now the crowd's staring at both of them. They're staring at both of them. All of a sudden, the Shield hops the rail. Blah! They pop for that. Then the Wyatt family comes closer to the ring. They pop for that. They standing at the outside of the ring. Roman Reigns, his bucket comes up on the apron. They pop for that. Bray pops up on the apron. They pop for that. Reigns comes in the ring. They pop for that. Wyatt comes, decides not to. Boo. But like they did it in fragments, and like each thing got a big response. I just thought it was very well done. I thought it was pretty fucking cool. On a show where like everything's the same every week, the characters are stale and boring, that was like one of those, damn, I want to see those two motherfuckers get at it, Like back in the old day when they had the Nation of Domination and D-Generation X feuding, the factions versus factions, I just thought it was cool. What's your big punchline here?
Cool story, bro.
Alright.
Cool story, bro.
I owe you one.
And you ended with cool, no doubt.
Don't worry about it. I'll wait till you're into something later.
You do it all the time with my snow talk, man. That was payback.
That was wrestling related.
It was good. You're right.
I'll wait till you get worked up.
No, stop it.
Oh,
it's
coming, my man.
Get out of here.
It's coming.
Get the fuck out of here. It was awesome, man. It really was, man. Where they both, teased getting in the ring 3-on-3, and it was interesting that they had Roman Reigns, go through and the other Shield. So you can see, I mean, it's clearly obviously on television anyways as of right now, but I thought when the Shield first came in, Dean Ambrose was the star of the group, and that's completely changed now, where Roman Reigns is, the leader. So they had Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, the leader of each group, step through the ropes, and then, Bray eventually wound up backing off, like you said.
They kind of positioned the Wyatts to get booed in the match, because they're both heel groups.
Right.
Although Roman Reigns is breaking out as a babyface star, slowly but surely, and their WWE's, giving them ammo to cheer them. Right. The Wyatt family's pure heels, so they kind of decided that the Wyatts will be the heel in this faction versus faction group, even though they're both heel groups.
Right.
They kind of positioned it to where, all right, well, you're going to boo these guys and cheer these guys.
I agree with you 100%, though. The feeling on Raw last night was that should be WrestleMania.
That felt big.
It felt real big.
It felt like a big
That was one of the good segments.
Not like a throwaway undercard match on a B-level pay-per-view. That's a big match.
It's a big match.
I mean, they've been building to it forever. These are the only two factions, unless you count 3 and B.
Right.
These are the only two real factions,
Right. Let's see here, bro. So they opened up Monday Night Raw, right? They introduced Betty White. She comes out to open Monday Night Raw. Big Show brings her out, and she says something along the lines of,
I'm here to kick some ass.
We're going to kick some ass tonight, or something like that. I'm here to kick some ass. Which, Betty White, like we talked about earlier, bro, is open to doing anything, man. She's open to whatever.
She's
a
golden girl.
She's a golden girl? I like it.
She's old as fuck.
Yeah. She's still, you gotta give her credit though, man. This is a 92, 93-year-old woman who is out there and doing the media runs and going, doing 8-hour media days with not just WWE, but all these companies to promote, Today's Show, Good Morning America, all these programs to promote her television shows.
Like the Mae Young of comedy. She's like the Iron Man, the Iron Woman of her field.
Do you think they would have brought Mae Young in if Betty White was to appear on Raw and Mae Young was still alive and was still able to make it to Raw? Do you think they would have done some sort of segment where they would have brought Mae in and had Mae Young and Betty White together in a backstage segment? I think they would have.
I don't know if they would have, but it would have been a cool thing to see.
Cool thing, right?
Like, here's the old bitch of Hollywood, here's the old bitch of wrestling.
And then kind of, exactly, dude. That would have been awesome. Alright, so Triple H, after Betty White does her opening line, and she only had a couple lines throughout the show, which was disappointing in my opinion, but after her opening line, Triple H's Motorhead theme hits, and he comes out, and that led us into...
Most of his themes are Motorhead, but...
Are they? Both of them? Okay. That led us into, Triple H makes his way down to the ring, and he's out there with Stephanie McMahon. Randy Orton winds up coming out, cutting him off, right?
Yes.
And it led to a segment where Daniel Bryan,
Orton was kind of sucking up and kissing ass.
Basically saying, listen, I now realize that I need to respect you and, to become the face of WWE. I've been flipping out the last couple of weeks. It's my bad. Daniel Bryan comes out, right? And this is where, Daniel Bryan's kind of calling out the authority, and then you've got Randy Orton over on the side saying, yo, this is Triple H, this is Stephanie McMahon, you should worship the two of the... Basically sucking up, like you said, to the authority, and Daniel Bryan's like, dude, I'm not sucking up. What the fuck's the matter with you?
It's clear this was the spot that CM Punk was supposed to have, too, because they had the Daniel Bryan Kane shit. And
I didn't think about it. You're right.
They were setting that up with Punk before the Rumble, and then during the Rumble, and then the plan
I think Punk would have been better.
Yeah, he's better on the mic.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because that he would have gone off script a little bit, where, the lines directed, not only that, but Daniel Bryan had a line, it was kind of a comedic line, and the crowd didn't laugh at it,
It was kind of a screwed up thing. I think he was supposed to say... the face of WWE, well, I think you're a different body part. But he said something like, you're the heart, you claim to be the heart and soul of WWE, but I think you're a different body part.
Well, it didn't come across, yeah.
A heart isn't, well, I guess it's a body part, but it's not one you can see,
Right. So that was pretty much the opening segment. It was Randy Orton sucking up to the authority.
Well, they gave Daniel Bryan the night off.
Oh, you know what? They also said that last week they had said if Daniel Bryan was able to defeat...
would we consider,
that he was the new face of WWE? And then they said, well, we said if, or not if, but
reconsider,
we would possibly reconsider was the key word, and they're still reconsidering that.
Yeah,
so
we're reconsidering you and Antonio Cesaro and Christian and John Cena, everybody in the
Not only that, but Daniel Bryan asked about Kane, and they said that Kane had been
attacking him.
Kane had said something along the lines of Kane had been reprimanded, had been sent
a
letter.
A strongly worded word of appraisal in his performance appraisal chart, some shit.
See, and this is probably
me.
This is probably me looking into things too much, man. But I say it all the time. It's little subtle things like that where they bring in real life shit that happens, like. Maybe there was a WWE superstar that, got a letter of, whatever they call reprimand or whatever they call it. It's little subtle, and you see it all the time. I'm not saying this was the case with this promo, but you see it all the time where it's like Caitlyn. She cut off Stephanie McMahon in that backstage segment, right? Next week they come out on Raw. Stephanie McMahon comes out and says,
she cut her off in a backstage, wasn't even on camera.
Wasn't on camera. And then the following week, Stephanie McMahon comes out and says something along the lines of, don't you ever cut me off, or something like that. They brought a real life type deal. You know what I mean, dude?
Stephanie's hot, bro.
A lot of makeup.
Yeah, well, I think she's hot.
But you know what I'm saying, though?
She looked like an Amazon. They put the picture up of her and Betty White backstage at Raw. WZROnline.com/photos. I put that up, and everybody's comments on Facebook was like, everybody. Like, damn, Stephanie's a big old bitch and fucking big girl. Like,
she works out a lot, man. I mean, there's been photos.
I think they just think she's thick. Like, big arms. She's tall. Big fucking shoulders. Like.
So I'll go on record. Boone kind of no-sold me on this, but somebody backstage...
I agree with you, but
somebody
I don't think that's an example.
in WWE, possibly, maybe it's not an example, you could be right, but they did it with Caitlyn, where they took a real-life situation. Somebody in WWE may have gotten a letter that, warned them, don't do that again, or something like that. And then little things like this, just an example, and we don't know if it's the case or not, but little things like that they bring into real life. They bring it on TV. It's almost like the creative team runs out of ideas, and they say, well, we'll take some real-life stuff that happened. And
maybe in other cases. This wasn't an example of that. This was just
you don't think so?
It was just a heelish way of saying... Basically what they said was, Kane screwed up, but we're not going to do anything about it. But this was like a heelish way to say that because everybody's going to boo if
that's true.
His punishment is a strongly lettered word of reprimand in his performance appraisal file.
And for those, we didn't. I mean, my
and that was Kane's gimmick. Like he would always come out and use the big words because he's corporate Kane now, and he's a politician in real life. Like big into politics.
But I mean, basically what I'm trying to get across, and we don't know that this happened or not, but the fact that they said something like what Boone said on TV, that he was, a strong letter of reprimand, blah, 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 blah. There's often times where somebody backstage would have received a strong letter of reprimand over something that they did, and then they would incorporate that onto television as they did with Caitlyn. And there's very subtle things, time and time again, that you see on Raw and SmackDown every week. And it's kind of like, I almost think Vince McMahon gets off on it, man. You know what I mean? Like, something happens in real life and they bring it in and they do a subtle
they love to stick it to guys. But it's like in an inside joke kind of way. Not so much a joke, but like an inside insult.
Or if you don't read the dirt sheets, or if you're a casual fan, that would go right over the top of your head. And
sometimes it even goes over the insider's head.
Right.
Like he'll do shit that's real inside.
Right.
Just to fuck with people.
Exactly. Alright, so they set up, we knew what the main event was going in, right? Randy Orton's going to face every one of his Elimination Chamber opponents on Raw and
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
It'll be him and Sheamus next week.
That's the only one left. He's going to face Cesaro at tonight's SmackDown tapings to air on Friday, so Sheamus is the only one left, like Boone said. So we're going to see Randy Orton and Sheamus probably main event Raw next week. That's the go-home show, right?
The 24th is the night after.
Yeah, so that's the go-home show next week. So you're probably going to have all 5 guys, or the other 4 guys in the chamber run out, something like that. They all brawl to go off Raw, possibly. I mean, that's normally how it works, right? That's normally how it works. The guys come out and they brawl and they go off the air with, oh my god, all 6 guys in the chamber are out here, whatever. What else happened? We had the Wyatt family teamed up with Mysterio against, it was the Wyatt family against Mysterio and the Rhodes brothers. Cody Rhodes is banged up. Doesn't want to admit it on Twitter.
Well, it's funny. He posted a picture of himself in a big brace.
With a brace.
And then went out of his way to say, I'm not hurt. That's just internet rumors. Like, the rumors started from you fucking posting a picture of your leg with a goddamn brace on it. That's where people put 2 and 2 together. I thought the coolest thing in this match was the finishing spot.
All of them. There was tons of them, man.
Well, the finishing spot was out of this world awesome. Mysterio's running this way to go do the 619. So Bray's running this way, and they meet in the middle. Boom! Immediate Sister Abigail. I thought it was cool.
That was sick, dude.
Look, you can only do that with like a little guy that you could throw around without much strength.
Before that, Ray hit the 619, and then
Goldust. Both of them set up for it. Yeah, and then everybody was doing dives out on the
Cody
floor.
Rhodes came off the top rope to the outside with a dive. Goldust was sick, dude.
That flip?
Off the apron with that flip was nasty.
He did a Hurricane Rana in the match at one point.
Right?
Big motherfucker.
Goldust is crazy.
Bro, what is he? 6'8"? I want to say 6'6".
40? About 40?
In his 40s. He's in his 40s. He's 6'8", and he's doing Hurricane Ranas. It's nuts.
This is his best run to date. I'll give him that, man.
As far as best ring work, he's had better runs as far as a character.
And then,
like, he had a great run with Booker T as a character where he was funny as shit every single week.
And then, where was the tease last night where there was like Cody Rhodes and Goldust tension?
I don't think they're doing it.
I don't think they should, man. I mean,
I think they should, but I don't think
listen,
they are.
Dude. Yeah, all right, you've got a great tag team in Cody Rhodes and Goldust, and every week we see them, we're pretty much guaranteed a good match with the two of them, right?
And they're trying to reestablish the tag division. They're a great tag team. They give you great matches.
Right, and you do a singles match, right?
And another argument against splitting them up is when they split them up after that one angle, brother versus brother.
Right. What happens?
They're going to dwindle down.
They're going to dwindle down to nothing.
Goldust nostalgia only lasts so long. Cody Rhodes isn't over.
Listen. It would be cool. You could get Dusty Rhodes involved leading into WrestleMania.
Do a lot of personal shit.
It would be a good build up to WrestleMania, and then we'd have a match at WrestleMania between the two. It'd be a really good match. But then you got to think, what happens after that?
If you're thinking long term, it's a bad idea.
After that, it's not a good idea.
It's a good idea for WrestleMania.
Right.
Bad idea long term because it's
a good idea for WrestleMania and the build up to WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
but after that, it doesn't have legs. Like it doesn't go far after that.
It really
neither performer does either. I mean, unless they really break through, but that's not going to happen.
Right. Get to our live chat room. Lots and lots of people in there as always tonight. WZROnline.com. Motherfucking.com/chat. WZROnline.com/chat. Get in there. Lots and lots of people as always. So that was a good tag team match on Raw last night, man. 6-man. Santino Marella and Emma, or it was actually Santino with Emma and Fandango.
Yeah.
You
got to give me more time. I got to sit up.
I thought you were going to say it.
Fandango.
The gimmick's kind of dead. I don't know if we should keep doing
It's
that.
terribly dead.
No, I mean, you don't even say that anymore.
It died 3 weeks.
When's the last time he's cut a promo, by the way?
He's done some stuff on the app. I saw some stuff on the app
TV,
backstage. On TV, it's been a while, man.
Although,
Unless he's done it on SmackDown.
If you go by the app statistics, they get way more viewers on that than they do all their TV combined. There ain't 10 million people watching Raw on Monday night.
I know, right? The app gets crazy views. It is.
Just because they got 10 million downloads don't mean that 10 million people's watching everything on there, obviously.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
So we had
what, 20,000 uniques a day? Did 20,000 people look at every single post you put up, every single gallery, every single comment?
God, I wish they did,
That'd
man.
be great,
Page views. I mean, you get, dude, you get 20,000 uniques.
Where are you at over here, man? Shit.
I'm right here. I'm on my second one. I just cracked it open.
3 of them over here.
3?
Where are you at?
What?
We're doing a show. Get drunk, man. What the fuck you doing?
If you ever do that again, I will fucking kill you.
Ontario, California. What's next?
$5? You want $5?
On what? This was a good tag match.
Christian and Sheamus against the Real Americans, yeah.
And it was kind of I won't say it was the beginning of a breakout performance for Antonio Cesaro, but it was like the beginning of the crowd's love fest with Cesaro.
Cesaro, right.
They were cheering and chanting and loving that motherfucker.
Right.
And they gave him a promo before the match. They had Coulter cut a promo and then said, I think this guy's got something to say about it.
Yeah.
He gets, tell him, the old thing where, like, remember Edge got it with the Brood?
Right.
A lot of guys' first big promo is when somebody's stuttering and stammering and they're just like, tell him, Edge, and then, Edge is like, what the fuck? But if you can take that moment and capitalize, which I'm not saying that's what happened. It was obviously planned for Cesaro to cut a little promo.
Yeah.
He didn't really say much of anything, but it was, as soon as he spoke, the crowd erupted. Every time they tagged to him, the crowd erupted. There was one spot where him and Sheamus were trading punches. Sheamus supposed to be...
Well, you should keep Swagger a heel, by the way.
And they're going the other way, it looks like.
I know. It's
stupid.
great. And the crowd is on Cesaro.
He's got that swing that's a guaranteed babyface spot. It's like the New Age Outlaws doing that intro.
When he did it to Christian last night, dude, it got a huge pop.
Well, it always does. But yeah, there was even one spot where him and Sheamus were trading punches back and forth. Every time Sheamus would land, boo. Every time Cesaro would land, yeah.
Right.
So they were really getting behind him there.
What's up with, let's be honest.
But even Cena threw him a shout out because Cena, not to cut you off, Cena did a backstage promo with Renee Young at one point, and he kept doing it. And even he has that one little comment to the camera when he's doing his entrance to the ring.
Right.
Here we go, everybody live, Raw, blah. And then he started.
We're in Boston,
exactly.
Oh my yeah.
Last night his promo and his comment to the camera was like, "This is the end of an era, the beginning of a new day in WWE," because basically that was the last time. Well, yeah, you got to rewatch it, man. The promo and the shot to the camera, both times he was saying, this is the last time you're going to see me and Orton. It's the end of this rivalry.
Right.
After this, it's going to be new main event players. And he even said in the promo, he mentioned Daniel Bryan, he mentioned Antonio Cesaro, he mentioned Bray Wyatt. He named some guys that could be getting into the top main event mix. So
no doubt.
But
what's up with Christian? I mean, not to sound gay or homophobic or anything,
he's
but
a good-looking dude.
Christian's a good-looking dude, is he not?
And they got that big inside joke where they should cover his face with a blue dot.
Right, and they did it. Remember they did that on SmackDown a couple years ago, man?
Yeah.
They covered his face with a blue dot.
Well, did they actually do it? I know they talked about it. Did they do it?
They did it.
Okay.
They did it.
I wasn't watching around.
And JBL came out and wrote a blog or something like that, or a Facebook post
in an
or
interview,
something.
I know.
He revealed, a backstage inside joke where Vince McMahon thought that, Christian was ugly or something like that.
He was on a plane with one of the writers, and he was just freaking out about how much Christian's face bothers him. He hates Christian's face. And he said, what was it, the Kennedy thing? Some shit where he's seen it on TV where they had put a blue dot over somebody's face.
Right.
To like censor it. And they said, man, wouldn't it be funny if they did that with Christian?
They kept doing it, dude.
Christian's promo, they've been doing them old school split screens. Like a guy's doing his entrance and they'll say, we talked to Christian earlier today.
Exactly.
Put the split screen up and Christian's promo is about how he's ugly but his mama thinks he's good looking.
And then the announcers on the announce team last night, dude, they're making fun of his looks and shit, saying that he was ugly. I mean, remember when they did it? They did it with Mickey James. They called her Piggy James.
She's smoking hot.
Right. They had Natalia was another one where they called her ugly and they had her going around doing the farting gimmick and everything else.
That wasn't Natalia, was it?
Yeah.
She was doing the farting? Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching around then either. I remember one of the bitches was farting. I thought it was Jillian.
No, it was Natalia, man. And they always made fun of, their looks. I think Natalia's hot. No, the farting gimmick was Natalia.
It was definitely Natalia.
And that's why everybody was saying Natalia's one of your best workers in the company. And you're having her do a fart gimmick, Even Tyson Kidd, a couple members of the Hart family, Bret Hart reacted to it online.
You want to bet $5? No, I'm just
Yes,
I
I do. Can I get it back? Can I get it back? Come on.
I think it was Italian, but I just didn't remember.
It was.
I wasn't watching it
definitely
either. I
was.
never once saw any diva fart on TV.
They did it on SmackDown.
I wasn't
a
watching
lot.
that time.
They did it. She was
There
more
was
of
a
a
2 to 3
SmackDown.
year period where I missed everything. Apparently, I missed one of the great feuds with Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho that was going when Jericho was healing.
Right. Yeah.
And,
Oh,
he
the
knocked
promo
out-
work. I remember that.
He knocked out Shawn Michaels' wife on accident.
Boom. Yeah.
What?
Anyways.
No, it wasn't even denying.
I know,
I was
I
just
know.
saying I don't remember because I wasn't watching. I remember
Right.
hearing about it, but
Yeah,
no. And
that was-
apparently,
it was ridiculous.
apparently Jericho hit Shawn Michaels' wife for real.
Yeah.
You know, on accident, and there was one time
That was
where-
accidental. Right.
There was
Right.
one time he was so over as a heel that even I think it was even in Canada, his home country, where he got like attacked in a parking lot and took a swing and hit a girl in the face or something in the parking lot.
Yeah, because there was the video
It
of
was all over
that
TMZ,
came out
yeah.
online,
I saw
dude.
that.
Of them, you know.
But I wasn't watching during that whole time.
Listen.
I was in MMA completely.
While we're on the subject of farting and jokes and WWE
I
farting
farted
jokes
in your
and
face a couple
WWE,
weeks ago.
so they do
on air.
they do a backstage segment. Okay, the New Age, a couple backstage segments. Earlier in the night, the New Age Outlaws come up to Betty White and they say, "Hey Betty, you know you look like the kind of
Belch.
the woman that you know would like some tea. So why don't we take you and we'll go and we'll get you a cup of
Have
tea,
a nice
right?
cup of tea.
Nice cup of tea." So they take it away. Then they come back later in the show, and they're all sitting down, and they've all got tea. They pour the tea, right? And Betty White says, "I kind of want a lemon. I want a
she
lemon."
wasn't looking her. Billy Gunn was distracting her with his belt. Look, isn't that nice? She's like, "Ooh, that's nice."
And
While
Road
she's
Dogg.
doing that, Road Dogg Visines her tea. And then they're all like, "All right, let's drink ups." And she's like, "Oh, you know what? I need lemon in my tea."
Need a lemon.
They argue over who gets to get the lemon for her. They both go get it. While they're gone, she switches the cups. They come back, they all drink, blah, 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 blah. Before they go to commercial, Lawler says, "Ooh, I think Betty White's..."
Your balls itch?
Yeah.
Or something? Okay.
Staring at my balls?
No, but I saw you itch down
Okay,
there.
anyways,
All right.
Lawler makes the comment that it looks like, looks like Road Dogg's going to get fucked. You know, they switched.
Right.
It was Billy Gunn.
It was Billy Gunn. There was a couple mistakes.
It was
on
that,
comment
and
there.
Cole made a huge
with the network.
mistake.
With the network,
Bro, he
right?
said, "Go sign up tonight, starting for the free trial." Like, can you imagine how many people probably went and go? I almost went to WWE.com to sign up because I'm like, yo, I thought it wasn't.
ripped him after the break.
I thought it wasn't even until, you know, and I'm like, shit, it's tonight, let me go. And I'm doing play-by-play, so I didn't have time, but it was I took a note, like, yo, go sign up. They started the free trial early.
Right.
They come back from commercial, they got 2 things to apologize for, and they did them back-to-back right when they came back. Could you
Right.
imagine how much Vince was yelling in there?
Oh my God!
Cole
I
comes
know.
back, and, well, first Lawler apologizes.
Well,
for-
JBL kind of played it off with the network thing. Let me talk about
Yeah.
the network thing. JBL kind of played it off like, you know, to Cole, where you were so excited you heard the word free that you told everybody,
Yeah.
go right now, you got to sign up. You know what I mean? So they tried to play it off, but then they didn't let it go, man. Where JBL kept going with
Yeah.
it and going, and a couple.
Well, Vince
you know,
loves fucking with Cole, so
Right,
he likes
right,
busting
no
his
doubt.
balls, and
No
so
doubt.
does JBL. They're friends. You know?
And then Cole's other mistake, like you were talking
that was
about,
Lawler's.
not Lawler's mistake.
Yeah,
right,
so
right.
they come back. Lawler apologizes first because they're about to have the New Age Outlaws on commentary.
And he says,
So he apologizes.
I think it was Billy Gunn
It
that
was
had
actually
his
Billy Gunn. I made a mistake. It's
Right,
Road Dogg.
right.
And then Cole says, "Well, that's okay because I made a bigger mistake, and I said the
Right.
network free trial starts tonight." Blah blah.
And then they
fucked with
just
him.
got into it, man.
Yeah, big mistakes. I mean, because
so-
the whole gimmick that was coming up with Billy Gunn holding his stomach and his ass and farting and all that was going to be ruined.
Right.
The free network thing is a fucking collapse.
Well, talk about the Billy Gunn thing, man. I mean, that's where we're going with the whole farting jokes and everything
so
else.
So it was the Usos versus Ryback.
Ryback
Tag team match, which they completely ignored, like the entire match. Because I listened to, like I told you, when I do play-by-play, I can't really look here and type. You know, I'm pretty good at typing without looking, but like I'll screw up a lot. So I gotta kind of just sit there and type and listen to the commentary and feed off of that. I'll glance over every couple times when something's going on. But so I'm trying to write what's happening in the match, and they aren't even mentioning the match at all. It's
They
all
didn't
about
mention anything.
you know.
But you know what they kept saying, right? Road Dogg and Michael Cole kept saying, "Why do you keep burping? They can hear that. Why don't you turn your speaker?"
Yeah.
I never heard him burping.
I don't even think they said burping. They
said
kept
something.
making references like, "Billy, you're on the air. Like,
You're on the air. We don't hear nothing. We don't
Yeah.
hear anything from Billy." I'm thinking,
Yeah.
you gotta be louder or something, dude. I think he was grunting or something.
Yeah, and
right?
when they would shoot to him every time, he would hold his stomach and shit. Long story short, and real quick, there was one spot at the end of this match that was fucking awesome. Did you catch it? The Usos, you know, they do the dive. So fucking Jimmy or Jay, whichever one, hits the ropes, does the big dive, and as he's jumping over the top rope,
Right.
he makes the tag.
That was sick.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
He makes the
You're
tag
right.
flying over the top rope, splashes onto whoever on the floor.
Right.
Might have been Axel, I'm not sure. The guy that takes the tag, Jimmy or Jay, the other one, gets up on the top rope, and before he does the big splash, in midair, he points over to the New Age Outlaws, like, you're next, because they got that few.
Right.
Hits the splash, 1, 2, 3, and then immediately after, they had the payoff with Gunn,
Billy
grabbing his
gets
ass,
up
running
and he's
away.
grabbing his ass, and
Basically, you're supposed to think he shit himself.
He shit himself.
Or he's got his
right.
shit real bad.
But I'm thinking, alright, all they had to do, if you wanted to make it, I mean, the joke was stupid as all hell to begin with.
Sophomoric.
And it was sophomoric.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that. Freshmanesque. Freshmanesque?
That's not a word.
Sophomoric.
Sophomoric's a word.
Sophomore. Freshman.
I get
below.
that reference you're making.
Yeah.
It's just not a word.
You didn't like it?
No.
Stuff.
Maybe they came up with that word
Like
in
a D?
Ontario, California.
Like a solid D?
D.
Not even C minus?
Cool story.
This motherfucker. Got it. Alright, so anyway, but the thing is, alright, you've got a dumb joke, right? You've got this dumb joke planned, and I'm thinking, alright, Billy's out there, he's sitting on a chair, have him out there with like some brown putty or something in his
That's
hand.
a bit much.
Okay? And then before he gets up, have him wipe some brown putty on his hands. So when he runs to the back...
Is that PG?
No, but when he... Listen, come on, it's a poop joke, dude. It's a poop joke.
Dude,
When
fart
he
used
runs
to be
to the
banned.
back,
You used to not let people say the word fart.
Instead of covering his ass when he runs to the back, have a brown spot. What do they call it when you got a brown spot on your underwear?
Skid mark.
Skid mark. Have a skid mark going down your undies or your wrestling tights and walk to the back so people really think. But he was just covering it with
George
his hand.
Carlin had
I don't
that
know.
famous routine, the 7 words, I don't know if it was 7, the words you can't say on radio or TV, and it was the cuss words. Fuck, shit, cocksucker.
Right.
Tits, whatever that one was. And he said, and pissed, hurt, and twat or fart, he added some ones, and he said, farting is so bad that not only can you not say that word, can't say fuck, but you can allude to the fact that you just fucked, blah, 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 all this and that.
Right.
You can't even reference farts on TV. And I forget who it was. I think he said, could you imagine Ed McMahon sitting next to Johnny, Carson, going, woo, woo, you can't even do a fart joke.
Speaking of Johnny Carson, Jay Leno
cried his eyes out.
Cried his eyes out, and the last words you heard from Jay was Johnny Carson, man. He said something when Johnny Carson left the air back in the day. Jay Leno recited the exact same line that he had said. Okay. So, anyway.
It's been an honor to come into your homes and all that shit.
Something like that.
I just watched the Johnny Carson documentary the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
No doubt. Alright, so let's finish up Raw, and then we gotta go to the break.
Go back.
Sharting?
Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits. Where I got was dead on. That's the words that you can't say. And then he added fart, turd, and twat, I believe, was the other 3.
Lita announced for the WWE Hall of Fame. What do you think about that, man?
Ago, yeah.
Listen, it's not listen, we've already got Sunny in the WWE Hall of Fame. Trish is in the Hall of Fame last year. Sherry Martel. They're doing Lita this year. I don't know, man. I mean, listen. Listen. This is just my opinion. I get it. You want to put Trish in there. You want to put Sunny in there. Sable. Lita before Sable.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Lita was there was a time when Lita would get bigger pops. During the Attitude Era, when wrestling was on fire, she would get a bigger pop than fucking Stone Cold. Like, she would get a crazy...
They said, I got 2 fan reports
She was one of the first persons to break the people were breaking their necks in WWE.
First woman to do it.
She was one of the first, period, to break her neck. Yeah.
She, I guess, according to 2 fan reports, she got one of the loudest reactions of the night for the Hall of Fame induction.
Last night?
Last night.
I was going to say, back in the day, when her music would hit, they would go fucking nuts. She had the thong that would stick out of her ass. She would do the moonsault, the hurricane rounders to the floor. She was a wild chick.
Yeah, no doubt. She still looked good, too, by the way, man.
I was never that into her. She's got an exotic kind of weird hotness about her that every once in a while, if she there's certain ways she'll look every once in a while, like, damn, she's hot.
Agree.
And then there's other times where you're like, what's the big fucking deal? She ain't that hot. It's like Two-Face. Sometimes she's extremely exotically hot, and other times it's like,
yeah, I know.
She had nice tits, but they're fake.
Can I say something?
Probably.
Everybody says that Lita is better than Sable. As far as in-ring work, dude, I completely agree with you guys, man. Lita is leaps and bounds over. But let's go back to the days. I mean, you're talking about the Hall of Fame. You're talking about divas back in the day that made the Diva division, not that it's all that much these days, but you're talking about the Hall of Fame. You're going back to the days of Sensational Sherry Martel, right?
Yeah.
You're going back to the days of Sunny. You're going back to the days of Sable. And then the group after them will be the Trish Stratus and the Litas and the people like that.
Yeah.
I'm saying, you've got Sunny in there, you've got Sherry in there, put Sable in there, and then work your way up to the Trish Stratuses and the Litas of this generation,
Sable,
or the 90s era. You know,
Sable
the attitude
sued
era.
them for sexual harassment and all
That's
that
true.
shit.
There
so
may be a thing with
They might not
Sable.
like her all that much.
That's-
I know they
that's
brought her
true.
back after that, but that was just to humiliate her and shit.
Right.
But if you're looking at the comparisons between Lita and
Lesnar's there
Sable,
now, and, you know...
the difference, because she's married to Lesnar, but the
Yeah.
difference between Lita and Sable, the argument you should be making is if you're looking at it from a business perspective,
Right.
which is fucking, the end-all, be-all.
Right.
Sable was a needle mover.
Right.
She would give you ratings. She would fucking sell you merchandise.
That's what I'm saying. And
crossed
Sunny
over
Sunny did the
mainstream.
same, though. Sunny did the same, man.
Sunny wasn't
She
a
was-
needle mover. She wasn't, if you look back in the day, Sable segments were the highest rated segments on Raw when she was at her peak.
That's it. When I was watching wrestling
Sunny
back
wasn't
in the day,
bumping numbers.
well, when Sable would come
A
out or
lot.
Sunny would come out, they were so goddamn hot.
Yeah.
And I just feel like Sunny and Sable, if Sunny's in there and Sherry's in there, Sable should be in there as well, man. And I'm not saying that Lita is a bad induction. Of course Lita should be in the Hall of Fame.
But
Of
if you
course
look at
Trish Stratus
what's the
should be in
one
the Hall of
thing
Fame. But
in common with
Sable should be
all
there
the
too.
divas that's in the Hall of Fame, Moolah, Mae Young,
They're all wrestlers.
Sherry Martel,
They're all workers.
Trish. Yeah, they all had great matches. Great. They were not only hot, but they could wrestle their asses off. Sable,
But yeah,
she could do a power bomb.
as far as wrestling is
That's about
concerned, but dude, she, like you were talking about, she also did great business for WWE back in the day, dude. I mean,
That's
did,
the argument.
People
She should
would
be in
tune
for that alone.
She for her looks back in the day,
That
for
too.
merchandise and everything else,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know. Maybe there's something with Sable and WWE, but Lita's Hall of Fame induction.
Well, they don't like her.
No problem with that, man. No problem with Lita. It's good to see her in there, man. Trish is in there. Lita should be in there as well.
Just to me, it's interesting that it's a sign that I'm getting old when guys like Edge, who I remember fucking watching wrestling for 10 years before Edge ever debuted. Somebody that debuted 10 years after I started watching wrestling is a Hall of Fame level guy.
Makes you feel old, man.
Shawn Michaels.
Well, Edge shouldn't be
Austin.
Edge shouldn't be a Hall of Famer, but Michaels and Austin, yeah,
Those should be in there, yeah. But just it's weird. Like,
Edge should still be active in ring
but
right
he
now.
can't be, but yeah.
Let's talk about that's why he's in the Hall of Fame. He can't be
Exactly.
working. Let's see the main event, dude. We'll skip to the main event. It was we had Dave Batista came out and destroyed Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah.
Batista hasn't been getting reactions. I mean, crowd's been booing the shit out of him. He came out last night, destroyed. That's the way to book him, man. If you want him
That
to
was
get
the
over,
perfect booking. Now that
You
a
want
lot
him
of
to get
people
over
argue
the
on
crowd?
Facebook about the crowd reactions, clearly to me, and you got to go back and rewatch it. He gets a pop when his music hits. He gets a pop for running, and then it immediately switches to boos.
right?
Nobody on Facebook seemed to. They said I didn't hear any boos.
No, it switched.
I said,
to
are you
boos.
crazy? It just completely switched from a big pop to boo, like they rained boos down.
Right,
Those
right.
died down pretty quick because they teased the
Because they
table
booked
spot.
him the right way, man. You
Once
had
they
him
teased the
destroy
table
Del
spot,
Rio.
they started cheering again. Then they started booing
Here's-
again. Then he put them through the table and they fucking popped real big. And then they just kind of died down. They weren't booing or cheering. They were just kind of,
Here's the problem I have with it. Batista comes out,
was a
destroys
perfect
Del
booking,
Rio.
though.
It was perfect booking to get
Yeah.
a good pop on Raw and get him back to being a babyface at least for 1 week. The problem is, in 2 weeks from now, you got him facing Del Rio at Elimination Chamber. He's already put the dude through a table. He's already Batista bombed him. What's more to do at the pay-per-view? You're going to have a singles match between the two. We already know. Batista's already put him through a table. He's already destroyed him. That should have been saved for the pay-per-view, dude. You see that? What's the point?
I heard other
What's the
people
point
say
of the
that
match?
too, but like, I mean, how many times do that's the last thing you see on Raw before? But I remember Big Show put, who was it, Randy Orton through a table before they had their match in the paper. They do that a lot, but I think the
Now we
argument
know
is
Batista.
they're trying to protect Batista with booking. If we do
I
these
get
short
that.
things,
You're
not
right.
let them talk, quick fucking run in, power bomb, get him out of there, so the fans don't have a chance to boo. We're protecting him and making sure that he gets babyface
No
reaction.
doubt. No doubt.
All right, well, you can't protect him in a fucking 10-minute match. The crowd's going to start booing him.
Crowd's going to boo the shit
So
out of
you
Nobody
can-
cares about that match.
You can
at
keep trying
pay-per-view.
to keep trying to protect him and hope that more people get along and they start liking him. Clearly, they want to boo him.
Right.
Turn him heel.
Well, turn him heel maybe after the pay-per-view.
You can't turn him on Del Rio.
But deal with it
That's
until
the one guy you could not turn him heel.
Just deal with the mixed reaction, the cheers and the boos. Get to the pay-per-view, have him destroy Del Rio at the pay-per-view, and then following the pay-per-view, then do the heel turn. But you deal with the mixed reaction up until the pay-per-view. The fact that he did all this last night on Raw, I mean, granted, it was great for a good pop one night on Raw. Does that continue next week? But
No.
You did your major. Nobody cares about that match after that.
No, and if you're gonna, they've seen Batista destroy him, but then if you look at it from this perspective, like the week before, Del Rio kind of got the better of Batista, and as soon as Batista was about to make his comeback, Del Rio ducked out and ran away.
Right.
This week, Batista gets Del Rio, so they're each one and one with each other as far as beatdowns.
That's
so you go into the match,
true,
and let's see what happens, but then who knows that next week. But no, the perfect way if you're going to turn Batista heel at wrestling, if you're talking about turn him heel in the match, do it at WrestleMania. Him and Orton, fans want to boo him. All right.
Unless they do the
have
three-way.
the authority switch, and they say, all right, we've been endorsing Orton as our face of WWE. Batista, Orton, if they don't add Daniel Bryan to the mix.
Right.
If Batista's supposed to win, get the title, the crowd's going to boo him even though he's a babyface, have Triple H cost Orton the match.
Right.
That gives Batista that heel turn right then and there, so they're supposed to boo him, they're going to boo him.
Mm-hmm.
The next night on Raw, you could say Triple H switched his endorsement from Orton to Batista. We're not backing Orton anymore. We're backing Batista.
We're backing Batista, right?
Then he's part-time, so how does that work? I don't fucking know, but there's a million things they could do. But
all right, we're having a problem with the Wi-Fi. We got to take a quick commercial break. We're gonna put it up during the break anyway, so we'll put the rapid fire. I think it's going up right now. If I can get oh, no doubt.
You can read that, right?
Yeah. I think it should be going up now. If it's not up in the next minute or two, I'll go and put it up on Facebook here in just a second. We're going to come back on the flip side. We're going to spend... there it is. It went through. So we'll come back on the flip side. Submit your rapid-fire questions.
By logging on to Facebook.com/ Ryan Clark WZR. One more time. That's Facebook.com/ Ryan Clark WZR. Get on over there. Give us your questions and comments. We'll get to as many as we can right after the break.
You're listening to WZR TV Tuesdays.
Sure.
With Matt Boone.
Me.
And Ryan Clark.
Him.
We'll be back right after this. We're going to finish up Monday Night Raw, too, with the main event, guys. So
alrighty.
Stick around.
Callers as well. Get ready.
He's Matt Boone. We're going to be here for 1 more hour talking pro wrestling with you. We promised you guys a longer rapid fire segment this week. So, I did. So we're going to give you a longer edition of a rapid fire. I know some of you guys are already submitting your fan questions, comments, whatever you want to talk about. Also taking your live phone calls, 518-712-3070, 518-712-3070.
Hello? Am I on
Pick up that phone, call us up,
Hello?
Whatever you guys want to talk about. We're archiving this bad bitch too for you tonight, as we do every week. So we'll be an archive up online if you want to check us out through the week. No, I don't.
Oh. You sure?
You got 2 seconds to get that out of my face. Alright, let's see here, man. Let's see.
Yo, Syphilis just said my name.
Boone!
Get it? Syphilis?
Syphilis.
Yeah. Syphilis was calling me.
Alright, so let's finish up Monday Night Raw before we move on, man. Randy Orton, John Cena in the main event. Really good main event.
Great main event. Yeah, I thought they've been having some good finishes to their matches lately. The way they mix up the finishing spots. It's funny to see Orton. He does that draping DDT off the middle rope usually. They got the feet hanging off the ropes and he he did it off the top rope.
He got into it last night.
He did it off the top rope, and then as soon as, because I guess they were chanting, I didn't even hear the chant, but I guess they were chanting same old shit to him or something, because as soon as he did it, he said, how about that, motherfucker, ain't the same old shit, and then he cut himself off and didn't say shit, but he got all worked up. How you like that? That wasn't the same old shit.
He was good, man. He was good last night. I mean, the match overall was pretty good. I mean, granted, a lot of people, they talk about John Cena all the time, and listen, let me bring this up real quick. John Cena granted his 400th Make-A-Wish. This actually happened yesterday backstage at Raw. He met a 9-year-old named Mark backstage at Raw yesterday. So 400 wishes, the more than any other celebrity out there.
Might have been more than anybody in Make-A-Wish.
More than anybody in history, right.
I guess it would have to be celebrities.
Celebrities, right?
All Make-A-Wish Foundation. Right. Say, hey, can I meet Ryan
Clark or Matt Boone? I mean, come on.
Obviously, they wouldn't want to do that.
But so he's the
call back to last week's obviously joke. But
cool story, bro.
CM Punk doesn't know him, obviously. Obviously, no Make-A-Wish wants to meet Ryan.
All right,
Clark.
so anyway,
I asked him earlier because he's known for stuff, right? Like sweatpants and sandals. I'm in a gym the other day. I had these.
Remember earlier today?
Yeah, I had these sweatpants I would wear, and I wore them in the snow on the other, and they had this little hole in the knee. So I got to put them on. My toe gets stuck in the hole. I ripped the whole fucking pant leg damn near off, right? So I'm in his room earlier today, and I noticed right before I didn't even say it. And I knew it was a dumb question. I was gonna say the question I was gonna ask is, and you can do a cool story after this because this is a pointless. We're getting a snowstorm kind of speech, but I said in my head, I'm about to ask him for sweatpants. If he's got any extra sweatpants. Before I said it, I realized, and then when I said to him, I said, yo, I was about to ask you if you got any sweatpants, and then I realized that'd be like asking Snoop Dogg if he had any weed, because obviously he's got sweatpants, and fucking guy wears, that's all he wears. We're in Las Vegas, he's wearing sweatpants.
Are you done?
So I get a pair of sweatpants, but yeah.
And I said they were a good pair of sweatpants.
That too, yeah. He said, no,
they were a good pair of sweatpants.
He goes through, he's like, you want white, black? He's like,
let me show you something.
Good pair of sweatpants.
Let me show you something.
Okay, these are your good sweats.
In addition to the sweats that I wear all the time,
you got
and I go out in public,
yeah.
I got the sandals and socks too. There's sandals and socks up on there. Can you see that?
In New York in the winter.
In the wintertime.
Yeah.
There's a foot of snow out there right now.
When we went sledding, you didn't wear sandals.
Well, no, I had to put my sneakers on when we go out there, but there's a foot of snow out there, and when we go down the stores, hey, wake up.
Oh. You thought I receded you earlier. Wait till you see what happens on that one.
Alright.
That shot to the chest was one thing. You just hit me in the face, bro.
It was a tap. It was a tap. Don't you try to do it 10 times as hard, because I know you do that sometimes, man.
Receipt has just been
Sometimes I'll give him a little pot shot, right? And then all of a sudden I get one 15 times as fucking bad, you know? But anyway, so, what was you talking about?
I don't know, you just hit me in the face. I don't know what you're talking about. Sweatpants, sandals, something, I don't know.
Alright, so anyways, let's get into this. So Monday Night Raw, that was pretty much a wrap. I gotta be honest with you, running down Monday Night Raw.
It's better than you thought.
It was better than I thought. I mean, I
think it was a great show.
I like the Wyatt family shield. Wyatt Family Shield. I liked the opening segment. Thought they could have used Betty White more, but all the filler in between was crap.
Where's that smoke coming from? Oh, okay.
That's alright. Oh man, dude.
All the filler? Go ahead.
At least he didn't get me 10 times as hard.
I'm not a dick. I'm not gonna hit you in the face real hard.
So anyway, so that does it for Monday Night Raw. But overall, school letter grade. I gotta say, man.
Why do I feel like we're missing something? What else? Kane came out and did something. Daniel Bryan
came out. They were both kind of off for the week.
Clearly, that was what Punk was supposed to be doing. I mean, they clearly just said, let's not switch it, even though it's a new guy. Let's just plug Bryan into what we were going to do anyway, and instead of Punk, it'll be Bryan.
Right. So overall, school letter grade, bro. You know what? I would say that I like the opening segment. I like the Wyatt Shield stuff, and I like the main event. But other than that, like I said, they were good matches, dude. But other than that, I thought the filler stuff in between. I like the Cesaro stuff. Basically, due to the crowd reaction, Batista, I thought they could have held that off until Elimination Chamber.
How have we not brought
I'll
up?
go with C+.
I'll say B-. How have we not brought up what they did on commentary off air? You put the video up on Facebook and WZROnline.com.
You're right, dude.
You should run that down.
You're right.
That's interesting shit.
They had, basically what happens is we get into the satellite feed from the WWE app on the network, and a lot of the audio leaks out from that. And at one point, Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, and JBL are on commentary, and the crowd was kind of chanting CM Punk. Or this was before Raw went live, to be honest with you. The crowd was chanting CM Punk, CM Punk.
We heard the other thing they did was Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, right. We'll get into that here in a second. But Michael Cole said something like, go home, or
go away,
right. And then, Cole said something like, well, that didn't last long.
And they joke about how it died down. Vince McMahon even said something on there.
I didn't hear
caught
Vince.
That. He came in at the end and said
Vince
something.
Came in?
Yeah, he came in at the end and said something. You could hear it clear as day on there. I think people were attributing it to JBL, but it was clearly Vince's voice. Go listen to it again.
Really?
So I'll get it queued up here. Hold on.
You should get it queued up, man. It's on. I put it up on the websites. Yeah, no doubt. I didn't hear Vince, but and then
he's right at the end.
Later in the night, on a segment for the WWE app, Seth Rollins had said something along the lines, they're chanting CM Punk, and he said CM. He said CM who?
Go ahead.
He said something along the lines of CM who? This is Dean Ambrose right here. This is the guy that all the girls want to go home with and all the men want to be, or something like that.
The philosophy behind that, as I was told, was or as I heard, was that they wanted the crowd to chant CM Punk because they associate the Shield with Punk.
You're right.
And they wanted to burn him. It was during a commercial they did what you just said, and they wanted to have the fans do the chant and then have it die down before they came back on air. That way it's out of their system.
Right.
Which is stupid because they hadn't been chanting Punk all night. So basically you're just reminding them. I mean, every once in a while a light chant would break up, but it would die down quick.
It wasn't what I expected for the Staples Center.
In LA? Yeah.
I mean, that's a hot
Something
crowd.
tells me that they're doing that fucking production shit, and maybe even I've even heard
Turning it up and
stories.
down.
I don't know how true they are because there was people saying that people were getting kicked out, but I've heard stories that the security is telling fans to stop chanting CM Punk when they start.
I talked to TMZ.com, a good friend of mine, has been for several years. TMZ.com reporter Ryan Satin last night, who was at the event, and I said, dude,
a lot of people were at that event.
We sent a couple Twitter DMs back and forth, and I said, dude, the crowd didn't seem all that hot. And he said, bro, if you were there,
they were hot.
It was unbelievable,
they were
man.
Real hot.
It didn't come across on TV with the CM Punk chant.
Not the chants.
No,
not the chants. But no, it seemed like a good crowd.
It was a good crowd, but as far as the chants and the CM Punk stuff, he said it was an unbelievable crowd. And before the show, everybody was...
I got it queued up here. You listen real close to the end, and listen for Vince at the end. Anyways, for everybody listening, this is what we were just referencing with the commentators talking during a break about the CM Punk chants.
There you go. That'll drown out soon. How about go away? Go away. Go away. Go away. It doesn't last long, does it? No, it doesn't. There's not a lot of determination to that.
Right there, right?
That was JBL.
A lot of determination? Let me hear it closely. Hold on.
It doesn't last long, does it? No, it doesn't. There's not a lot of determination.
Oh, that is JBL.
That's JBL.
You're right,
yeah. But yeah, it's just the fact that they even, that didn't air, like we said. That was before Raw went live when they were all out there. But all the stuff from the WWE app, they stream. That stuff streams live. That comes over the satellite feed. So during the commercial breaks, a lot of times that stuff leaks out, and we can put that up on the websites. So
are we gonna turn this fucking heat off here, or what?
Yes. Do you want me to turn it off?
Stage crisis time.
Oh, it was so cold in hour one, bro.
I'm not a big heat guy. I told you that.
It was terrible.
Everybody go over to the chat room, WZROnline.com.
Motherfucking
/chat. That's WZROnline.com/chat.
Alright, so here we go. Let's, we told them we'd give them extra time for rapid fire tonight. Actually, you know what? We'll talk about the big news, the rumors, over the past week.
Gotta talk about that network Raw.
The post-Elimination Chamber Raw. It's the same night that WWE Network
February 24th,
launches.
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
February 24th, Green Bay, Wisconsin. They are stacking the hell out of that show. And I think in the coming weeks, we've got 2 more weeks.
They should be promoting it harder on TV.
I think in the next couple of weeks, we've got next week and then that's it, right?
It for
I
TV.
think next
I
week,
thought they were going to start the plugs last night, but I guess they don't want to overshadow the Elimination Chamber.
That's true.
But at the same time, what's the difference? Just plug everything you got, well, why not?
Not only that, but I don't think, I understand
We'll
that
say, I want to see that, I don't want to see, plug everything.
The WWE Network right now, that's basically make it or break it for WWE, right? But you're trying to balance the WWE Network...
and the TV negotiations. You got to run that down.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're trying to balance the WWE Network and WrestleMania 30, and granted, you've got Elimination Chamber in between, so the real hard push for WrestleMania doesn't really begin just yet. But in previous years, the WrestleMania push had already begun by now. And I understand that, it seems like right now the main push is for the WWE Network. And of course, you have to do that because if the WWE Network fails, you're fucked.
Well, they're they're restructuring their entire business model with this network.
Man, I hope we can get
So if it doesn't get over, I got it up here if it doesn't,
okay.
Don't worry.
Right.
But if this thing doesn't get over, then they got to go back, and then we'll get into this more with the TV company discussion in a second, but they're going to have to go crawling back to the cable companies
Right.
pay-per-views, and do you think the cable companies are going to say, 50-50 split again? I think they're going to be like, motherfuckers, you need us now, obviously. You can't do it on your own, so fuck you. You want pay-per-views, here's what you get, take it or leave it.
It doesn't
But then
feel...
WWE can switch, like I told you, to Clash of the Champions type stuff. Build shit around TV specials, get more money from commercial sponsors. There's ways.
Right. It doesn't feel like WrestleMania season yet, and in previous years at this point, before the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view...
2 weeks ago, they started that commercial where, they show the logo, some music, the WrestleMania, and it'll say 78 days until WrestleMania.
We didn't see that last night, did we?
I didn't see that last night. Maybe I missed it, but the last 2 weeks they had it, so they've started it.
The main focus is for the WWE Network, and then after the network launches, they're going to continue. Basically, you're trying to promote WrestleMania 30 and the WWE Network at the same time.
Well,
to be honest with you, if I were to pick, let's be honest, what's more important to WWE right now? If you had to put WWE Network, WrestleMania 30, what's more important?
I was just saying, they're both one and the same. If you get people buying the network,
they can watch WrestleMania.
Then that's the fucking best thing on there all year long.
So you gotta push the network more. I mean, WWE Network, WrestleMania, WWE Network.
You can mix the two. Make sure to get the WWE Network. Blah blah. WWE Network. WWE. This is where you see WrestleMania. There's your.
It's all about the network.
A little more than that. I'm just giving
all about the network right now, where they've got to make that network succeed, and that's why you're seeing so many plugs on Raw with video packages and Michael Cole trying to promote the goddamn thing, But
the February 24th Raw, the two names, and I don't know, is this spoilers or not? I think they're going to advertise this shit.
I think next week...
They better advertise it. Surprise Pops does not help your rating and the amount of eyeballs that are seen.
Well, and not only that, but it's the night after Elimination Chamber, so the hope would be that you're coming off the pay-per-view. Normally that rating is a little bit higher than your average show. Speaking of the Raw rating, it came out to a 3.14, so it's rounded down to a 3.1 for this week. We're going to put it up on the website after we go off the air. It was the 3.1 last night. But the hope would be that coming off the Elimination Chamber, ratings are going to be higher anyways.
Wi-Fi just cut off.
No, that's our computer's going to die here. Do we not have this
battery
in there? Should be plugged in here.
Is this part plugged in?
Yeah, that's what it is. There you go. All right, but the hope is, coming off Elimination Chamber, the Raw rating is going to go up anyways.
You still plug the fact that you got.
But you should plug. Tell them Hogan and Taker.
Hogan and Taker. What's left to tell them? Yeah, Hulk Hogan and Undertaker.
I was going to let you do it, but I jumped in.
They're both going to be there at the February 24th Raw. That's where that's the first time you're going to see Hogan. That's the first time you're going to see Undertaker. What do they do with him? Obviously, Undertaker's going to begin the build.
If they don't plug next week on Raw that Hulk Hogan is making his return to WWE, I mean, the Undertaker. You could have that as a surprise.
Why only give yourself a week? They just did it with Batista for Raw, and they fucking popped that rating like a son of a bitch because they spent 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, you had 3 or 4 weeks, right?
They should have started last night with the Hogan Taker shit.
You would have thought last night they would have started.
If they start it next week, if they didn't start last night, we don't want to overshadow the Elimination Chamber.
Right.
If you start it next week, that's your Chamber go-home show, so you're immediately overshadowing the Chamber anyway. If you're going to do that anyway, give yourself 2 weeks.
The Chamber's a throwaway show, anyways, man. Let's be honest, man. Except for the Shield Wyatt family,
no.
It's a throwaway show.
The last few years, a lot of people think the big 4 pay-per-views in WWE.
They can change the WrestleMania main event.
Everybody thinks the big 4 is WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Now, traditionally speaking, the last 5 years,
they've done something at the Chamber. I know.
You know what the big 4 have been as far as buy rates. We're talking business.
Okay.
The big 4 pay-per-views: WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Chamber, not Survivor Series.
Right. No, you're right.
So it's a big it's not a throwaway pay-per-view, but
did I lose it here?
We got it over
I think I lost it here. Fuck. But no, you're right. The Chamber every year, and not only that, but especially this year's Chamber match, where they may switch up the main event of WrestleMania. I mean, right now,
that's their last chance.
You've got Dave Batista against Randy Orton, the main event of WrestleMania, right now.
Yes.
And then you've got Dave Batista who's in a match with Alberto Del Rio at the pay-per-view. Yeah. That does nothing to sell the Randy Orton. Of course, you've got 4 weeks after the Chamber match to be able to come on board and do it. I lost it. We completely lost it.
Damn.
It died out, man. Something's not right with the cord here, huh?
Unplug it and plug it back in.
We can try.
Not this.
I mean, it'd be good. Oh.
We'll unplug this. We'll plug it back in. We'll unplug this.
Hey, let's go to the top one here. We'll see if we can't get that to work.
Nothing.
I think we lost it, man. Well, we can do rapid fire up on,
I got
on
it
that
up
computer.
already. Yeah.
Anyways, we're
all right, but yeah, Hogan and Taker, and then you got to run down real quick the TV negotiations, the exclusive with NBC Universal.
Okay. So WWE and NBC Universal are negotiating their TV
We had a
contracts.
huge discussion about this the other night.
And it was a good one too, man.
I'm not shy to say I think you learned a lot that night.
This is a big deal. A lot of people, a lot of fans come and they see what airs on Raw and SmackDown, and they don't know the business aspect of things. Where when they do those monthly conference calls, where they come out and all those stats come out, a lot of that stuff, as far as business is concerned, that's how WWE succeeds with.
Something about the quarterly meet with the shareholders.
Quarterly shareholders meeting.
Okay.
But WWE DVD sales and magazine sales and all that stuff, man. That stuff is very important to the future of WWE and, the business side of things. So WWE has been negotiating with NBC Universal, which they are currently under contract with for Raw and SmackDown. NBC Universal, they own, the USA Network, which Raw airs on. They own Sci-Fi.
Damn. It's
Lana.
Rusev's
Lana.
Jesus Christ.
Lana. But
that's distracting.
So anyways, they've got, until I believe it's February 14th. It's this Friday where NBC Universal has set a deadline where we need to come to some sort of agreement.
We got
Now WWE,
we got exclusive rights to negotiations for this amount of time.
WWE has they've got it set, which is a very smart move, and they just recently re-signed with Sky Sports in the United Kingdom. And by the way, you guys in the UK, you're not getting your pay-per-views for free anymore, man, with the new deal. But they've got it set up where Raw, SmackDown, Main Event, and not Superstars, but Raw, SmackDown, and Main Event all expire around the same time, and you get a package deal where WWE goes to these TV networks and they say, we'll give you a package deal. You get Raw, SmackDown, Main Event, and they show them the ratings and everything else. NBC Universal has set up a deadline for this Friday. We need to reach an agreement. And now, of course, WWE is out. They've got an NBC Universal offer on the table. They are out testing the waters with other networks.
I haven't been listening to you, so I hope you're telling the truth.
They're out testing the waters for other networks to say, hey, what can you guys offer? Can you do better than what NBC Universal is offering us?
Well, they got to do that off the record.
They've got to do it off the record, because if NBC Universal finds out that they're negotiating with other television companies while they're under contract, there's a breach of contract. So WWE, they've got people that secretly, if you will, are going to other television networks saying, what can you offer? What can you offer us? And then they've got NBC Universal's offer. Now, if one of these other networks over here says, we can offer you this, and it's more than NBC Universal's offer, WWE is going to entertain this offer. So NBC Universal has
they
set
take
a
that
deadline.
offer and then they go back to NBC.
They go
say,
NBC
we can get this
say,
over here, this over there. Can you guys match or beat that?
Right.
They take it all into their head and then they fucking shit it out the other end. And
so this goes back and forth, and they've got a deadline set coming up for this Friday. So does WWE accept NBC Universal's offer, or does WWE take another offer that they've heard about from another television network? This Friday is going to be very interesting to see if WWE and NBC Universal do agree to terms. Now, I'm guessing...
Well, one of the major players, too, would be Spike TV, Viacom.
Right.
Now,
and that's what TNA was...
If they pick up WWE, that really affects the business as a whole, because that changes the whole game for TNA.
Right.
TNA is only alive right now because they got that TV rights money from Spike. If they lose that, they're fucked. They're done. They're out.
And not only that, but WWE, NBC Universal is going to come to
their
WWE.
Deal's up this year too.
Well,
TNA.
NBC Universal is going to come to WWE and say, well, wait a minute, you've got this WWE Network launching. Isn't that going to affect us, where people can now
they're
view your
selling
programs?
it to the TV companies. What I heard, they're selling it to the TV companies as, no, this is a good thing because this is going to make our brand more popular as a whole.
Even stronger.
Therefore, more interest in the TV products on a weekly basis, so ratings will be
Right.
better. Now, whether or not the networks believe it or think what it is, a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, hopefully they're smart enough to realize, but sometimes, I mean, you gotta understand, these network people aren't engrossed in the wrestling world like me, you, and the list, you know. They don't know all the fucking P's and Q's. They don't know all the little fucking details.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, I think
a lot of people when they did that big announcement at the CES convention in Vegas,
Right.
where they announced the network,
Right.
a lot of the cable companies found out for the first time that they're going to be offering not only that they're going to be launching. Some people knew about the launch and the network and all that, but a lot of people found out as far as cable companies for the first time that night that they're going to be offering all of their pay-per-views as a free part of this network subscription.
that pissed off
Big time.
the numerous cable companies.
DirecTV was the first to come out and say we need
They
to
came out
reevaluate.
publicly and said, you know, so yeah, it's going to be interesting
So
come
is
this
this thing
Friday.
dead forever now?
I guess it's dead. We can't
Wow.
get it to fix
Maybe
unless
we
you
just
can
need-
stall and do
Maybe
some
we just
rapid
need
fire.
to
Can I
try-
work on it?
Well, what's the fun?
I'd like to work on it to get it back up.
We got 20
if
minutes.
I could.
What are we gonna do?
We got more than 20 minutes, don't we?
No, it's 35. Yeah,
That's
we
it.
got
Well,
24.
let's load up our rapid fire.
Well, rapid fire's loaded up, so.
All right, let's do. We'll do rapid fire because we told them we got to give them. You know.
All right, let's start doing it. Are we taking phone calls?
Phone calls as well, guys. 518-712-3070. 518-712-3070. Give us a call.
Hello?
Take your live phone calls here if you guys want to call up.
Am I on the air?
In the meantime, we're going to do our rapid fire.
more,
Here
baby.
we go.
There you go.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Brock Fluker, is PWSforums.com
Good
ever
question.
coming back? Yeah, bro. We're doing a server switch, man. Everything is being transferred over. I have a backup of PWSforums.com. Yeah, something happened, and I've got a backup of the forum that we're
It's a
gonna
big ass forum.
we're gonna get it back up. I don't want to talk about it on here. You can email me webmaster@prowrestlingscoops.com. But something happened with the forum. I've got a backup saved, and we're gonna get it back up ASAP for you, man.
Andy Siegel chimed in and said, "Do you see the WWE bringing back 2 separate heavyweight belts? I think it's a matter of time. Otherwise,
Orton still got the two
why is he still
belts.
carrying 2 around?
Right.
And they unified them once before, and it didn't last long. They split them again. So I think eventually, when I don't know.
Philip Absalom, when
Absalom.
do you see Kane leaving the Authority? I think he pretty much already has. It seems
No.
like. I mean, he hasn't. I mean, he came out last night, but
There's been teases.
they've teased tension. I mean, last night he was basically suspended for a week or had a letter of reprimand.
Yeah, but I mean,
or
even
something
before
like
that, there was a couple times on Raw. I think it was backstage promos with him and Brad Maddox, where they'd be arguing, and in the background, in a glass case, would be his old mask.
Right,
and he would reference,
right.
"Hey, the monster can always
Can
come
always
back."
come
Blah blah
back,
blah blah
right,
blah.
right.
So it's obvious it's going to happen eventually. When? Probably after WrestleMania, I would think. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jason Hansen.
So our original plan is to do CM Punk against Kane at the Chamber,
Yeah.
and then CM Punk versus Triple H. You get through Kane, and then you got to go through.
And they
Triple
just switched that to Daniel
Switched
Bryan.
it
Although
to
Bryan's in
Bryan.
the Chamber, so he's not working Kane at the
right,
Chamber.
right. But
So
CM
why
Punk,
are they doing all this?
CM Punk was not originally planned for the Chamber.
Oh, they announced Daniel Bryan and Kane for SmackDown or Raw?
Was it Raw?
What's SmackDown? Because that was a
No, there were only
8-man
2
tag and an Orton match.
Orton Cesaro.
But they announced Bryan and Kane for Raw.
I don't think they did.
Or no, Bryan said he wanted Kane last night on Raw.
They'll probably do it
So
next
why-
week.
yeah,
on
they're
Raw.
gonna have to get rid
Probably
of
do it
that.
next week on Raw.
Jason Hansen says, "What do you think of Rusev? Alexander Rusev's manager, Lana or Lana? Lana, and it's Lana. Wow,
Lana.
there's 3 ways to say a 4-letter name. Lana. Damn, she's smoking hot. I would have to agree based
She
on
is
that
hot,
picture.
man. Based on the photo.
If you want to see
Jesus,
that photo,
man.
you go to Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR.
By the way, Matt Boone's on Facebook as well. Facebook.com/Matt Boone WZR. If the Army hasn't added him already, he does the same thing I do.
I didn't today. I've been
Well,
busy.
you do the same thing
Normally
that I
I do,
do
yeah.
with news and rumors and everything else. Facebook.com/Matt Boone WZR.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Matt Boone, Ryan Clark, what's going on? This is Brent from Memphis, Tennessee.
What's cracking, brother?
Man, nothing much. I just got one quick question, actually. I'm trying to understand, why is it that WWE continues to, as soon as they get a star and he's getting over with the fans, it's like they put him in a box. And when I say that, I'm speaking about like Ryback. If you remember last year's Royal Rumble, it was him and John Cena. And then Royal Rumble last month, he wasn't using the facts. I'm trying to really understand that. I don't get it.
You're talking about why aren't they pushing Ryback?
Well, not only Ryback, but I mean, we remember the same thing with Brodus Clay. You know.
Brodus Clay.
Good question. Where the fuck is he?
Yeah, Brodus Clay hasn't been around in quite some. I mean, they did this thing with Xavier Woods, right? They started the heel turn. Letter of reprimand. Somebody in WWE. No, I'm playing.
Oh, they clearly started his heel turn.
No, they did. They did.
And did nothing with it. And now he's been fucking gone for a couple weeks.
He's been gone for a while.
That's interesting.
You know what? We'll check up on that for you and see if we can find out anything. As far as Ryback is concerned, though, there's a lot of backstage heat on him. Has been for a while, man. It's the way that he conducts himself backstage. It's almost as if
media too.
In media as well. It's almost as if people were saying they started to give him that push and went straight to his head, got an ego, and when stuff like that happens, man. They kill it. They kill it right away. Any momentum you have, they are the ones in charge, and they can kill that real quick. And that's what happened with Ryback. So, it's sad, dude, because I thought Ryback had
he was over his shit for a while there. Man. I mean, for a month or 2 month period when he's still doing the undefeated thing, like last year, he was over like Rover.
Dude,
man.
I compared him to Austin back in the day. You know what I mean? I still do, man.
That,
but whatever.
There was a period where I think it was him and Punk in a Hell in a Cell match where. There was like he had the undefeated streak, Punk had the long title reign, and it was like, how do you get out of this match without fucking one of them? And they,
Yeah.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Hey, what's going on, Ryan? That's AMC Boy calling you from the home of WrestleMania.
The home of WrestleMania? New Orleans. What's up, brother?
All right. I actually live about 20 minutes down the street from the Superdome.
Hey, wait a minute. Are you getting snow down there in New Orleans tonight?
Christ.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no snow. It's a lot of winter weather. Up north Louisiana, there's a little sleet and snow, but it's very rare we get snow down in New Orleans. As a matter of fact, whenever we get snow during the winter, we usually get a Category 5 hurricane in the summer, so we do not like snow here at all.
Yeah, no, I heard about it, bro. I heard that Atlanta, Georgia, and places down that way, down in the deep south, we're getting snow, man. It's pretty crazy.
Exactly. I mean, again, we in the South can't drive on a sunshiny day, much less you put some snow in the mix,
Yeah, man, I hear you. So what do you want to talk about, bro?
Okay, I got a question about the new WWE Network, how it affects these wrestlers with their pay. I know that back in the old days, when they did pay-per-views, that was extra money. Are they like getting the TNA shaft now, and they're not paying them anything extra now that they, change the format? Or do you know anything about it?
I think that's what all the wrestlers are worried about. Is that that was one of the contributing factors to Punk leaving was the payoff situation, particularly with WrestleMania, because that's like your big payoff of the year if you're a performer in the company. But all the guys are like, what the fuck's gonna happen, because we, for pay-per-views. We get a cut of that profit. Now, if that goes away, which it's not going away, they're still going to have pay-per-view, as far as we know, as long as the cable.
Well, they were supposed to hold a backstage meeting about a month ago, man. They never held that backstage meeting. People were...
what was the meeting going to be about?
Well, all the talents were worried about the WWE Network, pay-per-view bonuses, things like that.
They were going to address this in that meeting.
They were going to address everything in a meeting, and the meeting's never taken place. And a lot of guys are still like, wait a minute, are we going to get paid?
Not good for morale. You would want to clear that up before you go into your biggest show of the year. You'd want the guys excited and enthused to really give it their...
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So I have a feeling that, basically Vince can tell these guys, you know what? Screw you. Where are you going to go? You're going to go down to Ring of Honor and make a third of what you're making here? Or are you going to go to TNA and make half of what you're making here? Vince is holding all the cards,
Well, and that's the way it works. I mean, everybody, most people want to make it to WWE. And by going there, I mean, you're in the biggest company in the world, in the United States, and it's always been like that. But it's, it boosts things like that, like Boone was talking about, boost morale backstage, man, where they get pay-per-view bonuses. And we were talking about it. I was talking with Shad Gaspard and JTG last year around WrestleMania time, and I spoke directly to JTG, and he was upset where he had said that the WrestleMania payoff and for the access festivities and everything else, they had cut it in half for a lot of the guys from previous years. And this just took place last year, so it seems like they are trying to cut back on pay-per-view bonuses.
And a lot of the guys are really they'll be frustrated, but they just do what they're told because they're happy to be there. And the long and short of it is they get paid pretty damn well.
That's the thing with
all things considered.
Where if you're not a top guy, I mean, John Cena, The Undertaker, people like that, they said, listen, I don't want to work with this guy, I'm not going to work with this guy, and WWE says, all right, not a problem. If a JTG or somebody like that speaks up backstage and says, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, that's not going to get him anywhere. It's not going to do him any favors whatsoever.
Yeah, if you're a squeaky wheel, you'll get buried.
You're going to get buried, man. If you
so a lot of guys don't speak up. Now, there's an occasional few.
Knowing that they've got a paycheck coming every week.
And like I said, they get paid pretty damn well.
I mean, my buddy JTG shows up to Raw every week at the television tapings and is beyond frustrated, man. Can't even tell you how frustrated he is, as you probably assume.
Last time I saw him.
But he's getting a paycheck. He's getting a paycheck, so he keeps his mouth shut.
And it's really a situation where right now, more than ever, the brand, WWE, is more over than the individual players for the company. Like back in the day, it was Hulk Hogan and WWE. It was Stone Cold and WWE. Now, it's really, especially with the network coming, the individual performers are less important than they've ever been. It's more about the company name, the product, the brand of sports entertainment, WWE. So individual players really don't have a lot of bargaining leverage.
Right.
So they pretty much got to eat what's fed and enjoy it. And if they don't, they'll bring somebody in that does. And it's really a shitty position.
AMC, we gotta let you go, brother, man. We got a lot of rapid fire questions. Thanks for the call, man.
Give me a holler when you guys come into town.
Will do, brother. Be good.
All right. Fuck, are we going to New Orleans?
We're not going to WrestleMania.
Oh, okay.
No. Well, he wants to talk to us when we come to town.
I've never gone to New Orleans ever, but
give him a holler.
Dylan Fryman says, who do you think will be the next NXT call-up?
Alexander Rusev's coming. They aired a
he's already
vignette.
called up. I'd say Adrian Neville, Bo Dallas.
Leo Kruger, although he's got the new gimmick.
Yeah, I'd say Bo Dallas, Adrian Neville, maybe the Ascension guys.
Bo Dallas has already been there.
Yeah, but eventually, he's the champ still.
John Kearns, any updates on what Sting's... Bo Dallas.
I think
yes,
he is.
NXT
Him and
champion.
Neville. Yeah.
Right. John Kearns, any updates on what Sting's role is going to be in WWE? He's not exactly young anymore. By the way, Hulk Hogan, as of right now, and this could change.
I've already mentioned this.
He did not pass the WWE physical. He's going to be at WrestleMania in a guest host role. Sting, there's talk that Sting and WWE are very close to a deal. They may have already been signed, but there's talk that they may hold Sting off until WrestleMania 31. I find that hard to believe, but he is not a top priority, as we've put up on the websites numerous times.
It depends on who you talk to. Like, the important people don't see him as a top priority. Now, there's other executives in the company that are like, guys, Sting, But, and there's talk of holding him off until 31, because that's in California. He's a California guy his whole career, so...
Right.
I don't know, and there is talk that if he does come in, he wouldn't have a lengthy run as an active in-ring performer. It would be a shot here, a shot there kind of thing.
Right.
Ryan Shoptall says, joke of the night. You want to read the joke of the night?
How did the cops catch the bra thief? They set a booby trap.
I like it.
That's a good one. Anyways, thoughts on Kenny King coming back to TNA. They're doing vignettes in Las Vegas.
He teased it on Twitter, too.
Teased it on Twitter. They're doing vignettes at some point this week in Las Vegas.
So he's coming back to TNA for sure.
Coming back to Impact.
I just knew that he was coming back. I didn't know where.
We just put the article up on the websites just a couple hours ago. Anthony Remy.
Oh, you prick.
Ryan Clark, I love the weather reports. Keep up the good work. Boom!
One guy says it, now he's going to continue. Good job.
Wyatt and Matt, please take a vacation. You deserve it, brother.
I don't really deserve a vacation.
You do, man.
I work a lot, but it's, like I said, we sit on our ass at home. People would kill to have our job, so I can't really complain, even though I'd love to sometimes.
I'd love to take a vacation.
I just kind of shut up and deal with it. Yeah. Nick Dodge, what did you think about Bad News Barrett's storyline with Jerry Lawler interrupting him a week on Monday?
It was on Raw last night.
With no follow-up last night. Yeah, he was. They did no Bad News Barrett segments last night.
I don't like the Miz stuff either, man. They're going to team up Miz and Ziggler eventually. Miz came out on Raw last night.
We haven't talked about the Ziggler thing last night either. So Ziggler works Del Rio. Del Rio works Ziggler, I should say. Because Ziggler, in his entrance, he's not even at the bottom of the ramp yet, and they cut his music off and shoot to Del Rio's music. And you see, just briefly, the camera shot looks at Ziggler, and he looks back like, what the fuck, man? I'm not even in the ring yet. They cut my music off.
Yeah.
And maybe they're scurried for time. I don't know. But then Del Rio comes out. They job him in 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Squashed him. They had him hit the famous and all that, but he kicked out of his... So that's even worse. He kicks out of Ziggler.
Man.
He kicks out of Ziggler's finish. 2 seconds later, he gets the pin.
And that's what we were just
then
talking
after
about.
the match,
dude.
they do the beat down to Ziggler. They roll him out, bring Batista out. He's a fucking afterthought.
Ziggler is one of those outspoken guys, right? Ziggler is one of those outspoken guys who is not afraid to speak up. And when you speak up, I mean, WWE tells their talents, hey, if you've got a problem, come to us. Speak up.
Got an open door policy.
What is on your mind? Tell us. And then guys go and tell them what they think should be done with them and what happens to them. Classic example, Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Jorge Romero, will WWE bring back any CW, hardcore, or European titles?
What's CW?
Cruiserweight.
Cruiserweight, okay. Hardcore European.
No. I don't think they have any plans, not right now.
Probably not.
There was talk of the Cruiserweight for the network,
They
but
always
that's
try that.
WWE
has never established a good Cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
There was a time when I was a kid where Taka Michinoku, they tried to build shit around him, nothing.
Yeah.
There was a time when they tried to build it around Jerry Lynn, I think, when he first came, and nothing. Like, they just never really got that going.
Right.
Chavo had it at one point, I think. John Morgan's back again. He says, it was sounding like they were going to turn Batista heel for a while. But after he destroyed Del Rio last night, they gave him another segment backstage with Triple H that cast him down on the heel turn idea. What are your thoughts?
They tried to make him a babyface last night on Raw. I mean, that's...
Well, they've been trying since he's been back to push him as babyface. I think they understand, at least I hope they understand that
see what happens at the WrestleMania.
The crowd wants to not like him.
Right.
So why just let him, give him a reason.
We'll see what happens at the WrestleMania with Batista. Tom Nelson, what did you guys think of Orton's frustration in the main event when a fan said the same old shit?
I didn't even hear that. Okay, so
it was awesome, man. I mean, to react like that, man, to get really into what was a good match in the first place.
Yeah.
I like it, man. It added
I thought it was just funny that so there was a same old shit thing because I didn't hear it, but I heard Orton's reaction when he did that draping DDT. Oh, how about that? That wasn't the same old shit.
Right.
Then he stopped, but. Christopher Brown, 2 quick things, guys. 1, have you heard anything about more WWE films being made? As I've heard they're planning on making a 4th direct-to-DVD of the Marine, and he says gags. And at what point do you think we see Vince come back to TV, as I hardly think they'd go through the road to the WrestleMania 30 without their...
I was thinking about that. What's
patriarch.
up with Vince returning, man? He was scheduled to come out. I think it's off the tables too, man.
Which
because
sucks,
a couple of months
I
ago,
love Vince segments.
remember a couple of months ago, they were going to do Vince, Triple H.
Yeah, that was the whole idea of the authority gimmick as a, no, I was going to say, Paul Heyman, part-time talker, CM Punk, gone. John Cena, all their great talkers aren't around anymore. Vince is a fucking great talker.
Yeah.
We need more good talkers.
Right.
They have plenty of guys that give us great matches. We need more entertainment, more cool shit that's really entertaining and not like we're trying to be entertaining here, but it's boring or fucking cringe-worthy. Give us something. Vince is the man, bro.
Yeah,
you know how I mark out for Vince.
Struts out, comes strutting out.
I'm gonna go nuts when Vince starts strutting.
What do we got here? John Smith. Is John Morgan Matt Morgan?
No.
You'd have to ask him. I don't believe so, though.
Paul Velasquez, although Matt Morgan said he was a Pro Wrestling Scoops
He's a Pro Wrestling Scoops.com fan. He said it in an interview.
Yep, Paul Velasquez on the Cole Cabana show, I think it was.
Recently, a couple of months ago, right?
Paul Velasquez says, who do you think can beat Cain Velasquez in the heavyweight division? Also, what did you think of Overeem's performance versus Mir, and who's next for him? I hope it's JDS so he can knock Overeem out. Overstream.
Overstream.
That's who he's talking about there. Who can beat Cain Velasquez in the heavyweight division? Who do you think? I'm trying to think of guys. Obviously, Dos Santos did, but can't, because it was a lucky punch.
I like Dos Santos, man. I mean, I've always been a fan of Dos Santos.
I guess if Overeem really went at him, I mean, he gasses, and if he doesn't get you quick, I don't know. I think Cain Velasquez is going to be champ for a while.
Yeah,
probably. Overeem's performance against Mir, he played it safe, obviously, but he won clearly, easily.
Right.
Who's next for him? JDS would be a great fight, because those are the best strikers in the heavyweight division, but I haven't heard anything about that, so... I'll let you know when I figure something out, or when I hear something, but I haven't heard anything yet.
John Morgan, first...
I know they weren't happy that he called out Brock. They were pissed. Dana White was pissed about
Overeem at the press conference.
Not at the press conference, in his post-fight interview in the cage.
Right.
He said, I heard some rumors that Brock lost it.
I heard
and Dana's like, why would you call out somebody
How
that's
about Thiago Silva, bro, being arrested for attempted murder?
Yeah,
crazy
that was a
story,
crazy story.
John Morgan, first Cena posted
Apparently,
on Twitter
a
that he
Brazilian
was...
fighter was murdered today in Brazil.
Really?
Yeah, that happened today.
That happens all the time,
Yeah,
though.
and
It's
the
bad
Jessica
for
I
sons.
shit with the drug test failure. There's been a lot of controversy.
Marijuana.
Yeah, exactly.
Jessica
There's been a
I.
lot of controversy lately.
Alright, John Morgan, first Cena posted on Twitter that he was beat to hell. Then he cut that
Body was
promo
beat.
about the up-and-coming future superstars of WWE, considering Cena is on his way
Is he
to
really?
the big 40. Is Cena on his way out?
How old
I thought
is he?
Cena was like 35,
36,
36.
37? That's what
Right.
I thought. All right, well.
It's a couple years before
I don't
he
think
gets
he's
40, man.
The question was, is Cena on his way out? No, not anytime soon.
Yeah.
Are they going to start featuring other guys in that spot or
Yeah.
sharing that spotlight, the main event attention? Yeah. I
Hey,
think
real
so.
quick, to the people that are getting advertisements on the stream, man, this is all we got for right now, Ustream. I guess if you download a program called Ad Blocker, you can do a Google search for it. Everybody in the chat room and a lot of people that, listen every week, they say that this Ad Blocker program is really good. So check it out on Google.
I'm sure, and I got to give this guy a shout out because this motherfucker has been hooking it up on my Twitter lately. I just retweet everything he gives me, and that's my whole Twitter feed.
Yeah.
It's George Romero. I got
Right.
to give him a shout out. But one of those guys will probably give you a link to the Ad Blocker, so just check out our Facebook pages.
There you go.
Mark Hammett, Harnett says, Punk to TNA for one night only just to piss Vince off, question mark.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. John Smith, when will Cena quit?
Never.
Listen, say what you want
He'll
about
retire
John Cena.
eventually, but he ain't
Say what
quitting.
you want about John Cena. He's a WWE for lifer #1. He does the Make-A-Wish.
company man.
He does the Make-A-Wish. Anything WWE asks of him. Okay.
Let me
Say
ask
that.
you a question. Asks of him.
Anything they ask him to do, he goes out and he does it. You can say whatever you want about John Cena, but he is, without a doubt, the hardest working man in that company. Not only that, but he sells the most merchandise. He sells the most tickets. I mean, us older fans, yeah, we're not big on John Cena. We think
You
the
can't
jokes...
say that because there's times where I love Cena's promos.
Right. But the corny
he's hit or
promos,
miss.
the corny promos, we're not big on them, and a lot of the adults aren't big on them. But a lot of people are. The majority of WWE fans, the casual WWE fan, are big on John Cena, man.
Mention the
It's
demographic.
merchandise, house shows. The dude sells tickets. He draws the highest quarter-hour ratings on Raw. Most of the
WWE
time.
caters to a younger demographic. To the younger audience, that's the fucking guy.
He's-
That's Hulk
he's-
Hogan of our
right,
generation.
He's their superstar, man. He's their guy. So, I mean, say what you want about Cena, but the dude is a workhorse, and you got to respect him for that.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Fellas, what's going on?
What's up, brother?
Basically, I keep reading. I mean, I'm on your site every day. I mean, and I pretty much, I just want to know what you guys think is going to be the final card for WrestleMania. I only turned it on a little while ago, so I wasn't watching the full show. I don't know if you guys covered it or not already, but is it going to be Reigns against Triple H? You think it's going to be Bryan? You think it's going to be Bryan winning the belt, at the Chamber? What do you guys think, really, honestly, is going to happen?
Honestly,
First
man,
of all, thanks for the support. He says he's on our site every
Yeah,
day.
no
Appreciate
doubt. I
the call,
appreciate
too.
that, man.
I heard, we didn't mention this, that the Shield, they're talking about doing a triple threat with all those guys against each other.
now
Reigns,
they-
Ambrose, Rollins.
if they do that, then they're not going to do the triple threat.
Other way
main
around.
event.
If they add Bryan to that main event, they're not doing that. They don't want two triple
I do
threats.
think they're going Randy Orton versus Batista in a one-on-one
Yeah,
for
and
the main
Bryan
event.
Hunter.
Now, if they put Daniel Bryan in there, then that may change the undercard. In addition to that, Bray Wyatt versus John Cena, pretty much a lock. The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, pretty much a lock. CM Punk against Triple H was scheduled. Looks like Daniel Bryan's going to take his place. Daniel Bryan against Triple H at WrestleMania, pretty much a lock right now.
Which would mean the Shield triple threat's probably happening.
Which would mean the Shield triple threat match is probably happening.
I don't think of the
And
other shit.
You're going to have a Divas match probably on there. You're probably going to have a tag team match. They may do Cody Rhodes versus Goldust. Not confirmed
Doubtful.
right now. But yeah, I don't know.
Maybe Usos and the Outlaws. They seem to be building towards that, unless they do it at the Chamber, because that's the tag. Maybe they'll do
I
like
think that may be the change.
They might do like an 8, get all the tag teams in there. Usos, Real
right,
all
right,
those
right.
guys. But and Goldust.
But as of right now, that's what's planned. And
no
it looks
Biggie
like they're going with
Langston
that.
the last
I
at
know.
least week or two. So the IC title has been nothing. They addressed the fact that the U.S. title's been nothing last night, and they tried to do something with that with Mark Henry's return, which meant
Right.
nothing in the long run.
John Smith also has another question. Last time a mid-carder won a main championship. God, a main
Dolph
championship.
Ziggler winning the world title
Biggie
last
Langston.
year.
Biggie Langston winning the...
That's not a main championship.
Well, a
Yeah.
main, as in...
I'd say Ziggler
WWE
winning the World Heavyweight
Okay.
title after his cashing in. I think it was a cash in. When Ziggler won the world title, he got that huge pop.
Right.
That's the last time
Yep.
I remember a mid-carder getting a shot, but that wasn't a shot because he took it right away from him.
Good question for you here, Chris McDonald.
He says, preference, WWE Network or UFC Fight Pass? Well, we haven't seen either one of them, so I don't know. I'm a bigger UFC fan than wrestling. So.
I think the WWE Network's going to be something to see, man. I really do.
From,
with
from
all that
people
content.
that we've heard that have seen it already, they've seen the beta.
All that content.
They said,
is
yo,
crazy.
if this is the greatest thing I've ever seen
Right.
in my... He said, if you think
Right.
Netflix is awesome, you haven't seen shit yet.
Right.
This is
Right.
somebody who's seen the betas.
And they've hired, like 200, 300 people.
They got the best people in the world in this stuff, the tech people, yeah.
Stan Scotts, what is the 6-month commitment for the WWE Network? Do you need to pay like $100 a month for 6 months? No, you pay...
Can you do math, Stan?
You pay, if it's $10 a month, you pay $60, you get 6 months, and there you go, man.
Yeah, you can't order 1 month at a time is what the commitment thing means. So you have to order 6 months blocks. So you have to. It's a $60 commitment.
$60, you get 6 months, and then
It's
beyond
a $60 one-time commitment when you order, but you get 6 months. If you want to renew, same thing. $60. Here's the rest of the year.
Can't do month to month like Boone said.
Yeah. Oh, he corrected himself. He did realize $60.
There you go.
All right. Reginald Jackson.
That was
Helton.
John Smith responding to him, but
Yes.
okay.
Was it somebody?
Yes. It was-
Oh, okay. Yeah. He didn't correct.
Reginald Jackson Helton. What's he got, man?
He says, who has benefited the most from CM Punk's leave in WWE, his absence? Who should we expect to see after WrestleMania as a big name? Do you think the Wyatts will come out on top to end the Shield Elimination Chamber?
I'd say the guy that's stepping in for CM Punk is Daniel Bryan.
He
but
took his spot in the storylines.
He hasn't benefited. I mean, he was already up there as far as the main event.
He took his spot in the storylines directly. There's no questioning that. Who do we expect to see after WrestleMania as a big name? We'll have to see. Maybe Roman Reigns. And do you think the Wyatts will come out on top to end the Shield Chamber? I think the Shield, that's where you'll see the beginning, the real. They've planted little teases here and there. I think that's where you'll really see, and I think they're going to start off with Reigns versus Ambrose. I think that seems to be
the leaders, right? The two leaders of
Ambrose, like you greatly pointed out earlier, was viewed as the leader, and lately it's been Reigns.
Matt Johnson, I went to a recent TNA house show in Battle Creek, Michigan, and the attendance was embarrassingly low. Literally only 100 to 200 people there. I heard more like 300 or 400. But the TNA product as a whole, in my opinion, is pretty bad. I wish Jarrett can get his promotion up and running ASAP. You see his promotion being the number 2 in the long run. We'll have to wait and see what Jarrett has planned.
Number 2
Not
doesn't
only
mean
that,
anything
but
anymore.
if you ever go to a TNA live event, the way that they interact with the fans, and of course WWE can't do it because they draw 4,000 or 5,000 people. Not to say that they can't, but they don't.
UFC is great at interacting with their fans.
Right.
They get bigger gates,
You
bigger
get
houses.
to meet the TNA talents. You get to do the autographs. They hawk the merchandise sales left and right. If you buy merchandise, you get to meet this guy. I mean, if you've never been to a TNA live event, I gotta be honest.
Have
man,
you
this
been to one?
Just been to lots of them, man.
TNA?
Lots
When?
of them, man.
Where?
We got a photo. It's me, Jim,
Rygal.
Roman, and right up here in Albany.
Ring of
We're in the
Honor
ring
was
with Jeff Hardy.
That's right.
We went to the one in Glens Falls. We've been to the one in Poughkeepsie.
I've never been to
ones.
one.
But they are something. I mean, they kill. It's just not. I mean, I'm a bigger WWE fan than TNA. I want to see all companies succeed. WWE, TNA, ROH. But a TNA live event, if you want to meet the guys, if you want to meet Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy, people like that, go to a TNA live event and you.
Rygal met Dixie, got the picture with the WZR shirt on.
It really is. TNA is an interactive experience where if you go to a house show, if you're used to going to a WWE show and you go to a TNA show, I guarantee you come out of that TNA show by being able to meet the wrestlers and everything.
Cool story. Nick Dodge says, where do you see Mark Henry after the massive hype was returned for him to get beaten down by the Shield? ? He's nothing. I mean, they should give him a run. After that retirement swerve, they really should have did something with him, but they didn't capitalize on it. He's just another big fucker.
Vincent Nugent, Ryan and Matt, what do you guys think about The Miz coming out of Raw towards on commentary, commenting on the talents wrestling and how him and The Miz...
The Miz
is not featured on Raw. Yeah, he's been doing this for the last couple of weeks.
It's the beginning of the
on
disgruntled
Raw.
him and Ziggler.
Disgruntled tag team between him and Ziggler.
Deej Maximus says, why isn't Miss Elizabeth
That's another one.
in the Hall of Fame? I think that's she died of an overdose, so it's kind of hard to honor someone like that. Fuck you, Winner is the picture.
I love it.
All right, but I thought you liked Winner. But anyways, I think then there's the rumors with Savage.
He's got a photo with snow. I don't care if it says "fuck you, Winner." Hey, it's snow.
Yeah, well.
And how'd you make that photo? With the snow.
Yeah.
Huh? So you need snow to make that photo.
So we're rushing unless you find something interesting.
Oh my God!
Read
Dude.
the next
Look at all these, man. Ali Adair, hey Ryan and Matt, big fan of the show, lads. What's up, lad?
British.
How do you let me skim through this?
What's the
man.
difference between English and
Rocket
British?
shoved so far up his ass that he takes Cena's spot. I mean, Ambrose, Black, and Woods. He's basically saying, why not, why is WWE taking a piss on guys out of the indies? Well, CM Punk and Daniel Bryan were two guys out of the indies, and they haven't shit all over them. So, there's certain guys. I mean, the Shield is a main faction in WWE right now. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, they were on the indies. They're being pushed high up. Daniel Bryan, CM Punk. I mean, I got to be honest with you, guys coming out of the indies.
You know what I got out of that whole thing?
What?
Taking the piss. I hear that a lot. I went on a Ricky Gervais marathon the other night, and that's an often used expression in English. So are you taking the piss out of me? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Taking the piss.
I got pissed like a horse,
Me too.
which is why I'm trying.
Paul Velasquez. Lots of famous people were in attendance on a very good Raw last night. Josh Barnett also posted a picture on Twitter of Daniel Bryan, and it looked like Barnett was in the high seats at the back, so I'm guessing he was also there, which is pretty cool.
Somebody else said Josh Barnett was there last night, too.
Yeah, Josh Barnett was there, Stephen Bonner was there, Shayna Baszler was there, Jessamine Duke was there. Those were the UFC guys. Wiz Khalifa was there. There's talk of him and R-Truth doing a rap song together. RVD was there. Stone Cold Steve Austin was there. Betty White was there.
We have photos of RVD and Austin backstage.
They're in Hollywood, like you
Vincent
said.
Nugent, I know we did talk about UFC 169 a little bit last week, man.
Yeah,
Came
there
out
wasn't
here
a
and
lot
talked
to talk
that.
about. Yeah.
Dusty LeBaron.
You mentioned this weekend is Gegard Mousasi Lyoto Machida.
Great fight.
That's a good fight. Yeah.
Are you and Matt going to WrestleMania this year? No, man, we're not going to be there. I'll buy you a beer if we were. Dusty's a good man, man.
Appreciate it, man. Arturo Velasquez Jr. Who do you think TNA will survive? Get sold or
They survived through 2014, man. I've said it time and time again. They're going through 2014. You've said they don't make it to the end of 2014. No. TNA goes beyond 2014.
Matt Johnson says, contrary to popular belief, I think Lesnar Taker would be a great match. They would build up beyond epic noting their history, and it would be beyond epic noting their history, and I think they can pull off a pretty good match if there's a gimmick, no DQ, etc. They'll brawl on the outside. Relating to this question, it's widely known Taker and Lesnar have real life heat dating before their UFC showdown. Do you know exactly what happened between the two? First of all, they don't have real life heat.
Taker and Brock, that whole thing was scripted.
Yeah, that was a work. They don't have a... Yeah, that's bullshit.
Whole thing was scripted. Vincent Nugent, whatever happened to the Tuesday, January 28, 2014 edition of WZR TV? No, we didn't get it.
Well, Daniel Humphreys did.
Daniel Humphreys.
We mentioned on the air, he had some personal stuff that he was dealing with, so it wasn't like he just skipped it. He had a real reason.
Gorge Up Kalan.
Tommy Hearns.
I
know that man, Tommy Hearns, a boxer, but I don't know what he's saying.
What the hell was that?
It was a virus thing I get a lot.
All right,
Kalan said Floyd Mayweather versus Tommy Hearns in their prime. Oh, that's what he was trying to say. Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Tommy Man Hearns in their primes. Who you got? By the way, as a true WWE Network will be airing the Hall of Fame. In their primes, Mayweather. Yeah.
Mayweather, and I agree with that. And the WWE Network Hall of Fame. A lot of people believe so. Jim Ross came out, said that he thought the WWE Network was going to air on...
I'll say that it airs on the USA Network.
The Hall of Fame ceremony was going to air.
Live. Are we talking live or...
We're talking...
Live. Or the first run.
I think the first run will air on the WWE. Probably the USA Network, they'll give you an hour, but if you want to view the entire Hall of Fame ceremony,
different question.
You've got to go to the...
They won't air it live on the WWE Network because they have to save the taped hour special for USA Network. After that airs, you can probably get the full thing on the WWE Network, but I don't think they'll stream it live on the WWE Network. Right. Although they should.
Right.
I'd watch it. Shit. I like that more than WrestleMania usually.
We're out of here. Night? That's Tuesday night.
That's a Tuesday night.
WZR. That's a Tuesday night.
Can't see him, but you can.
Fuck this guy.
Fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. We're out.
We're gone.
For Matt Boone.
Feedback. You forgot. I'm sorry.
Where can they submit feedback?
Oh,
your page. I want the feedback on your page.
Well, we did it on both last week, but alright, you can go
do it on both. Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. And the main feedback this week.
Main feedback will be Facebook.com/Matt Boone WZR. That's Facebook.com/Matt Boone BOONE WZR. Get on over there. Let us know what you liked. Let us know what you didn't. We'll do a lot more of the shit you liked. We'll do a lot less of the shit you didn't. We custom fit the show for you. Some bitches needs and wants. We like to give you what you want. And that's a Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen.
Take us out of here.
For Ryan Clark.
That's me.
This is Matt Boone.
That's him.
Saying see you next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Right here, right now. WZR TV. Tuesday.
Mine was way better. Mine was way better.